Hey everybody, welcome to Henry's 16th Street Tavern in downtown Denver. I'm TJ Carpenter. Connor Cape is alongside me here, voice of the Colorado Rapids. You guys won a game.
We won a game yesterday.
You won a game.
Out in Minneapolis. Beat
That's
Minnesota
awesome.
United 2-0. Everybody cares, I know.
Very, very good. Very, very good. All right, I'm going to help this gentleman here figure out our appetizer, free appetizer. So if you come on by Henry's 16th Street Tavern, you can get a free appetizer.
Well, good timing.
All right,
Excellent
so
timing.
here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to take your phone really quickly. I'm going to show everybody on the screen there. All right, so all you got to do is just click Phantom. And then once you're at Phantom, you come over here to the Events tab on the app. And then just select the Denver Broncos versus LA Rams. And boom, there it is. As soon as that pops up, that little screen right there will give you your appetizer. All right, awesome. Take care. All right, that is one satisfied customer right there.
Where's my free app?
You can get a free app if you want it.
Get a free app.
There's a free app over there. Grab those cheese curds really quickly. We'll bring those over here. I love the cheese curds.
Grab those cheese curds, please.
Please. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm a rude person.
Did you talk to your wife this morning?
I don't. I'm always very nice to her.
If you can comport yourself like an adult around her, you can do it around everyone else. Hey, it's snowing and the sun is shining.
Right. A lot of snow here today in Denver. So we're going to be getting you ready for that game, which has already started. And looks like we've got Broncos with the ball first.
I'm glad
hopefully
we'll be able to get
hopefully,
jerseys.
Yeah, we'll have that up on the TV here in front of us here in just a moment. Could we get the Broncos game on that television right there? Thank you. All right, so
you're gonna take off Brock Lobster going to OT.
Right, Brock Lobster. Brock Osweiler started today. Which was a weird thing because Tannehill was not expected to miss for any reason, but turns out I think Ian Rappaport reported that he was going to be out for this game, and so here we are. He's out, and Brock Osweiler got them to a tie score.
How many NFL quarterbacks do you think can dunk?
How many NFL quarterbacks do I think can dunk?
I bet Deshaun Watson can dunk.
You think Deshaun Watson can dunk? That's probably right. I'd say that's probably true.
I'd say Osweiler can dunk, and after that, I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger can't.
I bet you there's some short dudes who can dunk too. You just have ups.
Like a Drew Brees, Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Just the freak athletes.
All right, well, right from the get-go, Case Keenum almost throws an interception.
He wanted to.
He really, really did, and it's going to be 4th and 7, and the Broncos are going to have to punt. So, great start here in a stadium that's 20 degrees. Some teams do really, really well. Some teams aren't bothered by the cold. Patriots are actually kind of notoriously good in cold weather. Buffalo's not very good, but that's because they're not very good in general.
Yeah, that's just because they're a bad football team.
That's just because they stink.
Yeah, they'd be bad in the Bahamas.
Right.
It's a good thing they don't play in the Bahamas Bowl every year.
Right. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to figure out our levels here, get them in a good spot so we're not overmodulated. By the way, guys, comment in the comments section, and we will read those on the air. If you're not here with us, in person, you can be with us in spirit in the comments section. So,
boy, where's our boy Dave Ross? He said, "Good morning, guys."
Hey, Dave Ross is in Australia. I'm pretty sure.
2 o'clock, Dave. Unless it's real early morning out there.
It is super early in Australia. But Dave Ross is a Broncos fan, and real fans wake up when their team plays.
That's what I said when I watched college football in Kansas City, and the game started at 11. 10:45 would come around, and I'd say it's time to wake up because football's on.
That's right.
Real fans wake up.
That's right. All right. So the Rams take over from their own 25, and right out of the gate, Jared Goff throws an incompletion.
I'm gonna level with everybody watching right now. I took the Broncos +7.
You took the Broncos today?
Yeah.
Wow. Why?
I think they play well at home. They haven't gotten wrecked at home since the Patriots last year was like what 38-14 or something like that.
Yep.
Did they have another blowout after that at home?
I want to say yes. They blew out. What team did you say?
They got blown out by the Patriots in October. Did they get blown out at home after that?
Oh, you're talking about the Rams?
No, the Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm saying the Broncos play well at home.
Yes, they do.
They do. They don't get blown out at home very much.
They are one of the better home teams in the NFL.
Well, it helps to play at 5,200 feet, 5,300 feet, but also, the defense is. I know it's got its question marks, but when you have Von Miller and you have Bradley Chubb and you have a pretty good crowd, although maybe
huge gain there.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Is that
That's Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. Brandon with an I. Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks with an I. He gets a huge gain. Jared Goff, he was wide open too. Was trailed by 2 defenders.
One of them was Roby. It's weird.
Everybody said that, Roby's going to have a bounce-back game.
Why?
I was not expecting a bounce-back game. Jena is en route. Jena will be here soon. Brian Gibson's on. Chicago going to lose today. Chicago's going to lose to Brock Osweiler.
Chicago's going to lose. They got the Dolphins at 1st and 20 on their own 15.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get the ball back, and they're going to go down and score.
Well, the Rams are already in scoring range. And a fumble. Todd Gurley picks it back up, but loses quite a few yards. It looks like a loss of 7 there, so it's going to be 2nd and 17.
Bradley Roby gets credited with the tackle for loss. Oh.
They're going to rule it an incomplete.
That's my least favorite rule. That little shovel is not a pass.
That little shovel is not a pass. But technically forward, so by rule. Is that what's worse, that rule or the rule that says if you fumble into the end zone, it's a touchback and the other team gets the ball? Because I actually like that rule. A lot of people hate that rule. I like that rule.
I don't like it. I'm not as vehemently opposed to it as others. I don't think you should reward one team with the ball when they didn't actually recover the ball. I think that's kind of dumb. I think you should just give the fumbling team the ball back where they fumbled it or where it went out.
Right.
Because that's what happens anywhere else on the field. Although I know the end zone is a special place on the field.
Sure.
It's different than the rest of it.
Sure.
I don't like the idea of rewarding a team when they didn't actually do anything.
Well, if you strip somebody at the goal line, that's...
You still got to recover it to get the ball back.
Got to finish. Oh, that one goes to Gurley, and it's complete, so it'll be about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Do you like that call? Going underneath there?
Yeah, pick up the 5 yards. I hate when an offense gets too close to the end zone and it really limits the plays that you can call.
Oh, Osweiler threw an interception. That's a completion for the Dolphins. Osweiler
what a catch.
Ricocheted off the back of a defender.
If that's not evidence that there's a horseshoe up his ass, I don't know what is.
No, it just bounced off the hand of a receiver. I thought it bounced off the Chicago defender's back, but Goff dropping back. Incomplete into the back of the end zone. It'll be 4th and 6, so the Rams will attempt a field goal here.
Good camera work there.
Right, totally missed the ball. Guys, if you're watching online, if you're watching on your television, we recommend putting the volume on your television on mute and then just listening to us throughout the game, because we're gonna tell you the truth. We're not gonna BS you about the refs and all the shitty calls that happen out there. Also, we're gonna curse occasionally, as fans are one to do. And we're gonna give you the real skinny on the game here. Also, we're gonna eat in front of you. Like these chicken tenders. This is an appetizer, and you can get this for free if you come in and show them your free appetizer coupon on the Watch Phantom Facebook page. All right, Rams lead the Broncos 3-0, so I got to update the score here.
Might have to do that a lot today.
Yeah. All right.
Not a good first drive for the defense.
Already playing from behind. Already playing from behind.
Oh, I might have been wrong. The Dolphins, they've worked it back into the red zone here. They had 1st and 20 on their own 15 against one of the better defenses in the NFL, and Brock Lobster is moving them down the field.
Just amazing. The Brock Lobster.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. That's true. All right, I'm going to turn this up here, make that a little bit better, so we're not overmodulated here. Want to make sure everybody can hear us just fine. And also turn that bad boy down. All right, so tonight's game, Sunday Night Football,
Big one.
You're taking the Patriots in that game, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Just an assumption, given the fact that you're wearing a Patriot shirt.
It's true. Sometimes I bet against my teams.
When's the last time you bet against the Patriots?
Against the Patriots?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that. That's just stupid. But I bet against Missouri all the time. I kind of like hedge my happiness there. Hedge your bet, you know?
Did you take the Missouri Tigers?
I took Bama minus 28.5, and they covered.
Bama.
I was just excited we held them to under 40 points, but I was a little disappointed we only scored 10 after Arkansas scored 31. And then Arkansas shot themselves in the dick yesterday. Good God.
That's what bad teams do.
They are looking better, though.
They can move the ball, but they can't score.
They're just not good.
They don't know how to finish. They don't really know how to do anything, for being totally fair here.
Nah, but if they get Kelly Bryant as a grad transfer, they'll be in better shape next year.
That's the hope. We'll see what Chad Morris can do there. But all right, so we're watching a bunch of games here. One of the big advantages of watching games here at Henry's Tavern is you can watch everything. Not just the game of your team, not just the game that you want to watch, but the games of all across the league. And we just saw Antonio Brown
As a pick play.
stab the heart
It's a pick play.
of the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's got to be OPI.
Everybody keeps talking about how the Steelers aren't any good, and I know that they've had their turmoil, but they're still a pretty good team. They're 3-2-1 now, and they've got a ton of talent.
That's the thing is they were never a bad team. They just have a lot of drama going on around them.
Right.
And they lose some questionable games. They don't always. Sometimes they play down to their competition, I think is what the Steelers are guilty of doing a lot.
Absolutely.
But usually when it's time to put your foot down, they do so. And that's what they did against Cincinnati today. Because a win today for Cincinnati would have put them in the driver's seat for the NFC North.
Right.
And the Steelers went into Cincinnati and said, nope.
All right. Rams 10-1 away from home under McVay.
Wow.
It's pretty good. I think it helps when you have a good defense and a good offense and good everything.
I think it helps when you're a good football team.
Yeah.
Defense travels.
That it does. That it does. There's Wade Phillips.
Think you're going to run the ball in the first play?
I'm going to assume that they don't.
Oh, they're going to run it. They're going to run off the right tackle. Or they're going to run towards, they're going to run. Nope, they're not. They're going empty.
They're going, yep. See, they're going to pass. And I thought the exchange up, Phillip Lindsay out to the outside. Nice screen play there.
I don't mind that because it gets the ball in the hand of a playmaker.
That is a standard Bill Musgrave play. I think Bill Musgrave runs that play like 5 times a game.
Well, you run that in the second half to set up the double move. Run that in the first half to set up the double move.
It's a good money play.
Yeah.
Also, that motion out of the backfield is really useful in diagnosing the defense. That's why you don't start trips left or trips right. Excuse me.
Undress the coverage, see if they're playing man or zone.
All right, I formation here. Keenum drops back and looking all over the field. I got a little bit of something there. Once again to Phillip Lindsay. Lindsay's kind of been his bread and butter. Case Keenum's, that is.
Oh, reliable.
Very reliable. Wow, these cheese curds are fantastic.
It's amazing you're not made of cheese yet.
You said it's amazing I'm not made of cheese?
You get those every time.
They're delicious.
Every time. For more than a year now. A year and a half.
They're so good. Freeman gets a yard, if that. The Rams defense on paper.
Look at this. It's OPI. Look at this. Look at this. It's OPI.
Oh, clearly.
That's OPI.
Clearly. Who's number 11 for the Steelers? He was blocking before.
Yeah, he was blocking
he was
before
blocking.
the ball was out. Which one's Juju Smith-Schuster's like 84? Is it Martavis Bryant?
84 is Antonio Brown.
Oh, shit. I mean 81.
81, yeah.
Duh. 84 is. Oh, no. Did the Dolphins fumble it at the goal line? Oh, my God.
That would be very Miami. That would be very Dolphins, too.
Sanders didn't get it. He's a yard and a half short.
Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters made a tackle.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. How did Marcus Peters make a tackle? How did that happen?
I was just about to say that I would run the ball Marcus Peters' direction every time.
Oh, Marcus Peters. Everybody was talking a lot of crap about how Marcus Peters has not been very good this year. I'm telling you, man, he's got the potential to be the best corner in the league. So anytime he has a bad game,
No, he doesn't. No.
He doesn't have the potential to be the best corner in the league? Are you kidding me?
No, there's always going to be a gap between him and Jalen Ramsey and Casey Hayward.
That's crazy.
No. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't play defense.
Is that Conor McGregor? Conor
McGregor's in Dallas. Yeah.
He was in Dallas.
After
of course,
his ass kicked in Vegas.
Yeah, well, I mean, that.
No, part of being a cornerback is being able to set the edge, and Marcus Peters doesn't set the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I consider that. When you watch Jalen Ramsey, he's not afraid to sprint into a pile and hit somebody, whereas Marcus Peters is always backpedaling away from running backs.
You know who else didn't set the edge?
Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders.
Yeah, well, you know what? Deion Sanders wasn't the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, but he was for
flashy.
a time in the league.
Yeah.
While he was playing.
I don't know. I don't know if I can name another quarterback at that time.
Rashad Penny, I'm guessing. Was it Kenyon Drake or Rashad Penny who?
Looks like it was Drake. That's why you never lunge over the goal line with the ball.
Jena's here. People have been asking about you, Jena. Are you? Hold on. Talk.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. People have been missing you.
I miss people.
Do you?
Yes.
How's your dog?
Oh god, what a disaster.
Yeah,
What a fucking disaster.
Bears ball. Wow.
Bears ball. That is just brutal.
I have the Dolphins +4, so yeah, it's definitely Drake who fumbled it.
Oh yeah. Kenyon Drake fumbled.
Just the body language is very, very telling.
Very, very telling.
Do you think the NFL needs to go back and change the tie rules? We've had a lot of games get really close to being tied.
So many ties. So many overtime games this year. Just a ton.
Change it. Go to the college football. Extend it back to 15 minutes. Make it sudden death again. I didn't mind sudden death overtime. I think you're a professional football player. You had 60 minutes to win the game.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, that's on you.
All right, so I'm just going to put Jena on camera because everybody wants to see Jena instead of me.
Hello. Aw, you finally came around to admitting it?
No, it's true.
You can be on camera
there's nothing
too.
to debate.
We can put all three of us on camera.
Lou Bailey says Rams got this. I would agree.
Yeah, they probably do.
I need like 3 shots of tequila. I almost texted you to order me that.
Tequila.
we get the Broncos game?
On that one? Yes.
I need something. What are you guys drinking?
What am I? I'm drinking coffee.
I had a Coke.
That's not even true.
It's 2:30.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Why are you
I'm
saying I can't have tequila at 2:30?
No, I'm gonna have a busy evening, so I'm laying low right now.
What is your busy evening filled with?
He's wearing a Patriots
New
jersey.
England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's the
Nice.
biggest game of the week.
Biggest game of the year.
I thought you were like talking about work.
No.
Todd Gurley with a huge gain there for Los Angeles. That's going to happen all day.
Do you think if Saquon Barkley played for the Rams, he would be doing exactly what Todd Gurley's doing? Like, how blessed is Todd Gurley to play in that system, and how many other running backs would be able to do what he does?
No question, it's really helpful. I think Todd Gurley's really, really good.
I don't think he's like a top 3 running back in the league, though.
It's just me on camera now.
No, it's you and Connor.
Well, yeah, but you can be somewhat on camera.
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm
I'm absolutely fine just being over here eating I've got stuff in my mouth full of food.
What has happened? Who's this guy?
He's finally humble.
What did you guys do to him? You humbled him?
Hey, I've always been humble.
Why aren't we drinking alcohol? My life has been so difficult. I have been up since 5 a.m.
Order something. No stopping you.
Yeah, there's a server around here.
I want to know why you guys aren't drinking.
Our waiter's name is Khaki. She
Like the color?
Like the
she's
pants?
very like the pants.
No,
She's
like
very
the color?
nice. Or the color.
That's what the pants are. They're
Yeah.
not the color.
All right, here's Jared Goff. 1st and 10 after that big game by Todd Gurley, and they're going to give it to him again. And, of course, he's going to get 5 yards.
Well, the Broncos had 7 guys in the box. They better be able to stop Gurley when that's the case, or else it's going to be a long afternoon. Oh, here we go. Now we're over to Rams and Broncos.
Oh.
All right.
In front of us.
Here
There
we go.
Yeah, I was confused. I was watching this game thinking it was the Broncos just because it was what's in
I
front
think
of
we
us.
should pretend to be Sean McVay while we watch this game. We should look at what defense the Broncos give us here and pick a play based off of that. because that's what he's going to do. And Joe Woods and Vance Joseph in this Broncos defense haven't been very good so far this year.
They've set an NFL record, or at this point they're setting an NFL record for yards gained per play at 7.39. That's I think partially that's a little bit of byproduct of the fact that the league has made defense basically illegal at this point. But also too, I mean, you know, when you have that many weapons on offense, who's going to be able to stop you? There's no good defense in this league right now. None. Who's the best defense?
We thought the Vikings
Rams.
and Rams would have a good defense. Well, the Rams aren't even that spectacular for the last couple weeks either.
But
We thought it would be the Rams and Vikings, and it's just kind of been, I like the Redskins defense.
I asked Brian Billick about it this week on the morning show, what he thought the reason for all the lack of defense was, and he said the rule was part. Oh, there goes.
Is it Roby again? Got beat. It is.
Oh, once again, and
he's
he's
almost unplayable.
Robert Woods there with a huge gain.
They're picking on him in the first quarter. They're going to pick on him all day.
Sure they are. Who else would you put in there at this point other than Roby? They don't have any other alternatives.
walk around the field and grab Talib and bring him back.
Pac-Man, right? Yeah, and he's got a
Come back over here.
and he's on IR, right? So like I don't know who you would go with. I do not know who you would go with there.
Boy,
All
it's
right.
got to be so lonely to be him out there right now.
It really does, yes. All right. And there goes Gurley again. He's going to get 4 yards after getting tackled by three people.
The Rams are really predictable on offense, though.
Well, they don't need to be anything else so far.
No, but like you know what's coming. They're going
You
to
do.
run the ball on first down. They're going to run a lot of underneath and crossing stuff, and they're going to try to hit you with Cooks over the top.
Chris says, "Hola TJ, y Jena es mi cumpleaños."
It's your birthday? No way. Why aren't you here drinking with us? Well, we're not drinking, so once we start drinking, why aren't you here drinking with us? What do you guys drink when you're sick? Like, I kind of have a head cold, nasal thing.
Yeah, get a hot toddy.
I
there
tried
goes.
to make one of those at home last night.
What's a hot toddy?
I always thought a hot toddy was just a word for, like, a woman.
All I know is hottie toddy, and that's Ole Miss.
Right, a hot toddy is like
But hot toddy was in the song, like when I was in high school, and I
Yeah.
thought it was just talking about a woman. It's actually a drink.
it's like whiskey and
I like whiskey.
water and cinnamon. I mean,
I
that's,
would not put water in
That
this.
sounds horrible.
That sounds terrible.
it's
That
pretty
sounds
good.
terrible.
And honey. It's also honey in
No,
there.
you're wrong.
And then it's hot. I tried to do it. Well, my parents just said put alcohol in your tea, so I tried tequila because that's one of the only alcohols I drink. And it
Fake
did
the
not taste
handoff.
Pattern.
And they're going to say incomplete on 3rd and 2.
That's good defense.
Chris Harris with the good defense there.
I like that play call. It was a little long to develop, but that was a good play.
with the good defense.
Yeah,
I mean, Chris Harris was all over him.
I mean he got there right. Yep, that's good timing there by
Yeah.
Chris Harris. Robert Woods is kind of had a that was a little far for him as well. It's not the best throw.
Jared Goff's not. I've been really impressed with Jared Goff this year. Like he's hit some balls that I didn't know he could hit, but he's still not accurate consistently.
So I'm gonna go order drinks. Nobody wants anything?
All right, it is 6-0 now.
I'll take another Coke, and then if you could get that TV onto one of the games, Jags, Cowboys.
Okay. It's 2. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a long day though.
TJ, what are you drinking?
What's that?
What should I get you?
Oh, just I'm good with the coffee.
Another coffee?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna drink by myself, you guys.
Yes, you are. So
Seems like
you're
you
going to
are.
be drinking with a lot of people watching us on the show.
Well, then ask them what they think I should drink. What do you guys think? Let me see your comments. What do you think I should drink?
What should Jenna drink? She's turning over
Midday.
this
It's a little
responsibility
too
into your
long.
hands.
It's a little too late for like breakfast drinks.
Lou says, "Hi Jenna, let's go Rams."
Lou, what's up?
So the Bears had
I
a
know, he
game-winning
told
field
me he was
goal
going for the
opportunity,
Rams
and they
earlier.
missed it.
All right, so get that game on the Cowboys game.
Yeah, that TV on the Cowboys
Coke
game.
and
I'll
a
take a
coffee.
Coke.
You
Yep.
Was
guys
it
are so
short? No, he
lame.
made.
He missed right.
Oh, I missed right.
Right.
Wow.
He pointed his fingers to the sky even though he missed. Why would you thank God for making you miss?
You have to thank God every play. I think. I think
That's in the Bible.
that's in the Bible. Yes.
When you're a professional athlete.
You have to thank God every play. It's in Leviticus.
With don't touch pigskin.
That's right. Don't touch the ball. That's why kickers always thank God, because they're the ones who are doing. Oh, sorry. Thanks. All right, let's see if maybe that'll fix our. Put the camera a little bit further away here. See if that helps. That really did help, actually. I can. Let's see here. Push this out a little bit. All right.
Although it would have been good if that game just ended, because I don't need the Bears to score a touchdown in an obscene way. The Cowboys are moving the ball on the Jags, too. Jalen Ramsey just got beat. Oh, no, A.J. Boye. Who's number 13 for the Cowboys? I thought they didn't have any wide receivers.
Oh, they don't. I don't think that's changed. I think they still have 0 wide receivers.
They got the Kmart Julian Edelman.
I think Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley is 2 feet tall. I saw him like just being defended, but corners aren't that tall, you know. Like I think Sean Smith was the tallest corner. He was like 6'4". But usually they're like 6'1", and they just tower over Cooper or not Cooper Kupp, Cole Beasley. I thought Cole Beasley was a pretty good receiver, you know, for his stature, but he's so small. I just don't know if you can really He's not a number 1. You can't be a number 1 and be 5'2". No.
Whereas Julian Edelman for a long time has been a number 1. That's why he's the Walmart brand. He's the Kirkland brand, Julian Edelman.
Kirkland. Great value.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Craig says shots every time Broncos score for Jena.
We'll be really sober.
Yeah, right. That is correct. You're doing.
Why me by myself?
Because that's what Craig said.
Craig, or is it just for me or for everybody? Because I don't want to take shots by myself. That's lame. That's not fun. I brought my car here.
Screen pass there. Emmanuel Sanders picks up about 13 yards. Some good dancing there. That's their bread and butter. That's all they can do is run screens. That's it. How many passes downfield have they thrown so far? Any?
The one that Case Keenum wanted to get intercepted.
Here's your Coke.
Thanks.
Soleil.
And it was about 7 yards
I
downfield.
ordered that too. What'd you guys do here?
Thank you very much, Jenna.
Change the angles.
Yeah. Widen it up a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to widen it up a little bit. Here, I'll put you back on camera, Jenna.
I don't need to be. I just wondered why you changed the angles.
Yeah. All righty. There's a run. Philip Lindsay for like 2 yards.
I would not want to run up the middle against the Rams with Aaron Donald and Sue.
Right, and Dominic and Sue.
That's just going to be tough all day.
It really is. It's too much.
I'm glad to see Connor McGovern out there, though. Why were they talking about benching him? He's been the best offensive lineman.
He has. Pro Football Focus has him rated as one of the top 5 guards in the league.
Yeah, and the Broncos wanted to bench him. I don't understand that.
Because the Broncos make moves that don't make sense?
Yeah. I would imagine it probably came down to something about his attitude more than anything else. He probably got frustrated. Keenum got it out to Philip Lindsay, gets a first down.
Did you see that block?
If you have Philip Lindsay in a PPR league, you're going to be cooking.
So, this TV right now, we have it over on this switch, if that's okay for you guys. Yeah. Sorry about that.
All right. Good. He's glad. It's good that he can get called for block in the back there.
But he blocked. Not bad.
Those cutback plays like that are really dangerous. If you're not, Freeman gets about 5 yards. That's the one thing about the Rams defense, though. You mentioned up the middle. Off to the sides, though, I mean, I think teams are picking up, I think on average, like 5 yards against that run defense for the Rams.
Yeah, look at that.
There it is, 5 yards per carry, 29th in the NFL.
This actually, the game plan for the Broncos should be pretty straightforward. It's run, play action.
Yeah. Which is not what they've done. Screen, 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 run, run, screen, screen,
Yeah,
screen,
they
screen, screen.
don't understand it. Here they are. Nope. Play
Jena
action.
going downfield here. He's got an
open.
open receiver.
It's open.
Touchdown!
Wow.
Emmanuel Sanders with 6
No.
and a flag.
He's going to get 15 for taunting. Come on. Let them run their mouths.
That is ridiculous.
I'm such a big fan of taunting, especially wide receivers and cornerbacks, because if you run your mouth, you either back it up and you look like a god, like Jalen Ramsey does, or you get toasted and you get embarrassed all over national television and Twitter.
And you shut up.
It's a self-correcting problem.
That's right. It's a self-correcting thing.
Have you guys seen that commercial with who is it? Ken Griffey, and he's about baseball.
MLB one, yeah.
Yeah, saying like, let them play, let them.
Did you see all the Major League Baseball diehards who were upset about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Bunch of pussies.
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I liked the concept, but I wasn't a huge fan of the example. All the examples they used were players of color.
What is Vance Joseph doing there? See, did you see that? Vance Joseph is like holding Emmanuel Sanders by the arm and trying to tell him you can't do that. And it's like, well, yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can.
It's kind of weird.
Right.
It's kind of hard to figure out why the Broncos players don't respect. Oh, he's down there, short of the end zone. He's short.
He is. I don't think they're going to review that. But
they review every scoring play.
You're right. I don't think they're going to overturn it, I guess is what I should say.
We see that play overturned all the time.
We do, but I don't think he was
under
touched.
Review right now. They're going to bring it back. They're going to put the ball
Sanders
at the 1.
didn't even taunt that back.
They're going to put the ball at the 1.
When is he touched?
He got touched on the helmet as he went down.
But
right
he crosses
there.
The plane.
I think that'll
he's
stay.
touched.
I think that'll stand. That's my call. I think that'll stand. You guys, you're saying no? 1 yard line?
I thought his helmet got touched.
Will that call stand?
Thank you.
That is our question right now to you guys. What do you guys think? Is that a score? Kate Berry is in here. What's up, Kate? Kate said Brewers are going to win.
Hopefully.
Kate was on talking about when we were doing the Brewers games.
I gotcha.
Yes. Brewers fan. We're actually doing football today, Kate, so a little different, but I want the Brewers to win.
Right.
You know the Red Sox and Patriots play at the same time tonight?
How's that? Well, you're not a Red Sox fan, so it doesn't really matter to you, but I would imagine that's a little bit
What
conflicted.
time is it at today?
Who do you think's bigger in New England, the Patriots or the Red Sox?
The Patriots right now, and then as soon as Tom Brady retires, it'll be the Red Sox again.
Right. I think it is the Patriots, which is crazy to say because the Red Sox are.
Well, the Red Sox are an institution, but I think everybody realizes what era they're living in right now.
Well, and I think that, like, New England is more than just Boston. And so the Patriots fan base reaches further.
The Red
Where
Sox
Red
fan
Sox
base is all of New England, though. Connecticut, they don't have another team.
I think there would be.
Vermont doesn't have another team.
It's Maine. Everything from Maine down to Massachusetts is
Yeah.
all.
Rhode Island is huge.
Yeah, huge
Red
Boston
Sox.
Red Sox.
Foxborough is actually closer to Providence than it is Boston.
Right. In fact, when the Chiefs went to play the Patriots in the playoffs, that's where I stayed. I stayed in Providence, Rhode Island.
The
It's like-
Patriots fly out of Providence, not Logan.
Well, it's like I would say it's probably like a 15 miles to Foxborough
everything's
from
so
Providence.
close over there. See, I told you I ordered your coffee.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Could you grab me the 2 packets of sugar and some cream?
Regular sugar or stevia or
No,
Splenda?
regular. Yeah, the real stuff. Give me that
I
stuff.
think
Yeah.
Sanders was touched as he was going down.
Thank you. So you think the helmet touch?
I think the helmet touch, I think he gets brushed. And
Well-
I think we see it all the time, especially in interceptions, where somebody just like clips a heel, just barely nicks somebody, and
Yeah.
they take it back.
Well,
But also with the
unlike
NFL,
you,
I don't know.
Wimps, I'm drinking a raspberry.
That looks good.
margarita.
You're
That
very
looks
brave.
good.
Brave how? Wow, it's really strong.
He's being facetious.
It's not brave.
I was being
Just-
facetious.
I understand.
All right. Here's
Here
the
we go.
call. Down by contact at the 1 yard line. Okay. All right. They're taking 6 off the board.
I should be a
This
ref.
is almost guaranteed now to result in
a fumble,
a fumble
take
or
it
a
back
field
the whole
goal
way.
or something. Yes.
Another red zone INT. God, if they come out and throw the ball on this first play, I think people will come out of the crowd and attack Case Keenum.
All right, so he's saying, there you go, Mike Pereira, confirming what Connor Cape thought initially.
Does the taunting stand? Oh, wow.
So
they
they get it at the 15. That is so bad.
That's just getting dicked.
That is just horseshit. That's what that is.
Dicked.
That is horseshit.
They still.
They're not going to score now. They're not. They're something bad will happen.
Wow.
Look at that. Yeah, just swarmed.
It is amazing how quickly Broncos football turned into mid-major college football.
This one.
Where when things go wrong, you think worst case scenario every time.
Every time.
Like it's almost like watching Mizzou or Arkansas. Like there's just no faith that things are going to go your way.
None whatsoever.
And I remember it was 3 years ago where everything went the Broncos' way.
Do you think Vance Joseph knows that his job is on the line for this game?
For this game?
Yeah. Well, I think if they lose by a lot of points, if they lose by like 3 scores, I think he's done. I think they fire him.
I don't think they can fire him in the middle of the year. What does that solve?
I mean, it solves the fans being angry at you for not taking any action.
I think it's going to be.
It makes it look like you're doing something.
I think it's going to
to
be like
solve
last
the
year.
problem.
Brock Olivo was the first head that got chopped. And then the guillotine. Who else got fired after that?
After Olivo, it was Mike McCoy.
Right. I think there will be somebody else.
Actually, McCoy got fired first. Then it was Olivo.
Oh, really? Wow. It'll be somebody else who gets guillotined. It'll be Joe Woods who gets guillotined first.
3rd and 4 here.
The French didn't guillotine King Louis first.
And
here comes the pick. Here it comes.
Keenum holding on to the ball a long time, floats it up and out of the back of the end zone.
Out of bounds.
That's smart. Protect the ball.
Could have been worse.
They're going to try a field goal here, which is not a guarantee because, of course, it isn't. This is the perfect mark of a bad team. Is that if you get a touchdown taken off the board, you just fall apart completely.
Yeah.
So it's a weak-willed Broncos team.
Mentally weak.
That kick is up and in, so it'll be 6-3 now. Rams lead.
I loved his nickname last year, Brandon McManus.
McMadness?
McManus.
Manmas? Oh, because yeah.
It was a good nickname.
Yeah, he's missing a few last year for sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and change our quarter here.
There's still 3 seconds left, bro.
I know. I'm lazy.
And what's going to happen is we're going to have the kickoff. We got a commercial now. We're going to have the kickoff. We're going to have the 3 seconds run off, possibly not on the kickoff. Then we're going to go to commercial again.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be a full commercial. It'll be the whole 3 minutes.
We need a lot to talk about again.
They should have just let the clock run.
So, is Ari streaming right now as well?
Is he?
That's what I understood. That Ari was going to stream on Facebook, and we were going to stream.
We're streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on YouTube, and I believe our Broncos stream, our Cowboys stream, is on just Facebook.
Here comes the kickoff.
And he's going to bring it out.
Thank goodness.
And he's going to get past the 30-yard line all the way to the 34.
That's 9 yards of hidden yardage right there. That's what that is. Nobody values special teams yardage. Nobody. And it boggles the mind.
All right. See, Lou said it will stand. Obviously, that was wrong. Let's see. Michael St. James says robbed. What's up, Michael? Thank you very much for joining the broadcast. Lou, touchdown.
I see why Michael has a beef with it, because that touch on the helmet was just the slightest
I'm
brush.
just barely.
That's why none of us saw it. But you.
Except me. Eagle eye over
What
here.
kind of vision do you have? 20/20?
Terrible. Absolutely horrendous.
Do you wear contacts?
I do.
That's why he calls soccer, because it's easy to see where the ball is.
Right.
So
And there's only
not very many rules.
Yeah. Offside is very easy. Although for ARs, it's kind of difficult, but for casuals, it's very easy. That's not really the only rule in soccer is offside.
Offsides.
Yeah.
Offsides, handball. That's basically it. Tackle in the box.
Man, we've seen maybe 5 handballs
Slide
this year.
tackle.
If you get a penalty, if any foul in the box is automatic penalty kick. So, which I feel like if they wanted to improve the amount of scoring in soccer, which I don't think there's really any impetus to do anywhere else other than the United States, but Major League Soccer would like to see more goals. If they wanted to do that, they need to do the same thing that they've done here with the NFL, which is just make it really, really hard to play defense. Like get really, really ticky-tacky with the fouls inside the box, and then just award penalty kicks all the time.
I don't think people like stoppages, though.
Yeah,
I think it drives
the
people
flow
nuts.
of the game is better.
Well, but see, with soccer, you're in a point now where you don't really understand. People don't understand stoppages the same way in soccer that they do in other sports. Because in soccer, you're always going. So a stoppage doesn't necessarily mean the same thing to your patience as it does in other sports.
What MLS has done is they increase the budget and the spending and the salary cap every year.
Yeah.
And what teams are doing now is they're spending just atrocious amounts of money on attacking players and just neglecting defenders. And so goals are way up this year in Major League Soccer because of that.
Look what I just got.
Yeah, somebody sent that to me as well. I don't know who that came from.
I hope I don't have that. You ever have an argument with somebody on Twitter and then your final tweet, they like it? That's how I know I won.
TJ should answer this because he has lots of arguments on
Yeah, but he has arguments with crazy people, not rational human beings.
No. Yeah, I don't know what it is about how I
You know, have you ever
choose
seen
to
The Walking
tweet.
Dead?
No.
Have you ever seen The Walking Dead?
Oh, yeah.
The people in your mentions are those zombies. And all they can talk about is just shitting all over you,
Right.
taking shots at you, and they can't think about anything else. You're arguing with the undead.
It's right. I need to stop doing it. It's bad for my health. Todd Gurley with a huge gain and more.
Yo, that is some incredible balance.
Wow, he got past the first level and then got into the secondary very quickly.
Whoever that safety was who was getting blocked needs to reevaluate what's going on.
He broke 2 tackles in front of another defender who was being blocked. There were 3 guys around him. Watch this. He gets up to the second level and then right here,
he's gonna get stopped.
right here, breaks 2 tackles.
That's a great block from Brandon Cooks, but 26 there needs to put a little bit more effort into it. God, I love the play design. Look at all that misdirection over there. The Rams sent 2 guys to the left, and the ball carrier and the offensive line went right. And the Broncos, credit to them, they followed the ball. They were able to stop it, but
Yeah.
it's such a pretty play.
Check in on the YouTube comments, guys. Give us your comments if you're watching on YouTube. We will continue to read those on the air. Also on Facebook. So by all means, please weigh in on our conversation. Weigh in on the game. Let us know what you think, and we'll read those comments on the air. Broncos trail 6-3 here, and it doesn't look like that's going to change unless they can get a stop on defense, which they have shown no indication of doing. There's
pass.
another forward pass there. This time, once again, to Todd Gurley, the play that they messed up last time, and he picks up just another 15 yards there for Todd Gurley.
It's like watching the president run with the Secret Service around him.
He is very well
He
blocked.
has a bubble
Yeah.
just around him. There were so many orange shirts within 3 yards of him that weren't going to touch him.
Couldn't touch him. Yeah, good block on the outside. Watching Cooper Kupp right there. Put a block on, I believe that was Shaq Barrett. Jared Goff takes it for about 4 yards.
I want to teach quarterbacks how to slide.
Well, that's the one thing. Tua Tagovailoa on the slide against Missouri looked like he may have tweaked something. I don't think it was on the slide, but
Kyler Murray is the only quarterback who can slide, and it's because he plays baseball.
right.
You watch Andrew Luck slide?
No, he doesn't really slide that often.
It's like watching a semi-truck fall over.
Yeah.
Graceful.
All right, 2nd and 7 here. Jared Goff hands the ball off, and then once again,
This is where the Broncos have to stiffen up. You got to have good red zone defense. If you want to be a bend but don't break defense, give up all the yards between the 20s that you want. But right here on this 3rd and short, this is where the Broncos are going to win and lose this game, is on plays like this.
Brown on the carry there. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
If they get the stop here, they're hanging around.
Well, they'll just put Gurley back in on 3rd down. They're going to get 5 yards here. Oh, looks like Brandon Marshall is out of the game. That's not good.
Let's run it to his side.
Josie Jewell in the game now for Marshall.
Run it right at Jewell.
I think it was inevitable that Jewell was going to take over for Marshall this year anyways at some point. They're going to run it forward, and did he punch through? Did Gurley
show
get
us
through?
The spot, Fox. Don't give us a close-up. Show us the spot.
Where
show us
is the spot here?
That's bad television. That's bad television. You need to show us the refs running in, not a close-up of a guy on the ground.
It looks like Gurley, I mean, that second effort there, I think they're going to give it to him.
I think they'll give it to him,
yeah. Yeah, based off of the context clues here, I think that's a 1st down. No, they're going to say 4th and inches. McVay is considering a challenge.
Sneak.
So based on last week's football, they're going to punt it, right?
No, Goff.
Call timeout.
Yeah,
quarterback
timeout
sneaks
here.
are successful on 4th and 1 or shorter 85% of the time. It's inexcusable to not go for it on 4th and 1.
I know, it's crazy.
So let's punt it.
They took too long figuring out whether or not they should challenge there, so they're going to have to take a
That's just
timeout.
stupid. Just line up and run a quarterback sneak.
The only
timeout.
The only team who understands that is the New England freaking Patriots, and I don't.
It's amazing to
Don't
watch
understand.
it, though. It's amazing to watch it, and you see, and you're like, this makes sense, this is good, and that other people are being paid millions of dollars to run billion-dollar franchises, and they can't figure it out.
Yep. Floyd Lohman says, what's up, how's the snow? It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You know, the good thing about Denver is even when it's really cold, it's still about 5 or 10 degrees warmer, it feels like, than it would be at sea level.
Yeah.
Lou says, feed Gurley, feed the beast. Yes, just do that. You're going to win. I mean, it's not, don't overthink it, man.
Sneak it.
Yeah, here's a sneak here. No, they're going to run the ball, and he's going to get a 1st and more. That's a touchdown.
What were the Broncos doing, man?
Todd Gurley, 6.
They didn't look set.
Did they go for 2 here, or did they just kick the field goal? 10-yard touchdown run there by Todd Gurley.
Some excellent downfield blocking once again.
A 10-year?
10-year.
10-year.
It's going to be how long the Broncos are going to suck if they don't figure out something.
They weren't set.
They weren't. How? They do the quick snap, and the Broncos defense is just asleep at the wheel.
You get quick snap coming out of a timeout?
How
Jesus.
does that happen? How does that happen?
That's fireable offense, man.
Well, yes, everything that Joe Woods has done is a fireable offense. For 2 years.
That's a fireable offense. Oof.
And yet he's still here.
I put the over-under on number of times Derek Wolfe says this is bullshit today. It's 7,000. And that's why. That kind of stuff. That's what he's talking. Last week when Derek Wolfe said...
He was really upset.
He was really upset. And when he said there's something deeper going on here than just us not playing hard, that's what he's talking about. That kind of stuff. Just a lack of attention to detail.
Well, I think it's exhausting to be like the athletes on the field constantly being the ones who are don't get the credit when you win, but you get the credit when you're doing shitty. You're not playing well, so you're going to get the credit for that, but you're not going to get the credit when you're winning. It's great coaching and all these other things that are making you great oftentimes. So I think it's frustrating.
Floyd wants me to slap you, Connor, for wearing a Patriot shirt.
I'll do it.
There you go. There you go. I hope that suffices.
I've been punished.
Chris, yeah, he's being punished for being a fan of the best NFL team in the history of
it's the best
NFL
sports
teams.
franchise in the world.
Well, Real Madrid is probably better,
No,
but
it's different because Real Madrid doesn't have a salary cap. The Patriots do all of this with a salary cap.
that's true.
That makes it better. And
That's true.
Real Madrid had a 4-game streak this year that they hadn't scored a goal. So Ronaldo has totally boned them.
Well, he went to Juventus, so even then, even without Cristiano Ronaldo, they're still really, really good.
I just said they went 4 games without scoring a goal.
Yeah. Well, Gareth Bale had to figure out what to do. He forgot.
Their coach is going to get fired.
Right, because they went 4 games without scoring
Yes,
a goal.
because
That's how that works.
They're not as good.
Uh,
But that's why the Patriots are the most impressive, because they play in a salary cap league.
Right. Well, they'll figure out something. You know, there'll be some other guy who's the next guy that they're going to. Who's the next guy that they're going to sign? Who's just amazing? It's got to be somebody.
Madrid?
Yeah. They'll probably sign Pulisic at some point if they can. Unless
they'll
Munich.
go for Mbappe. They'll go for Eden Hazard, the Belgian who plays for Chelsea. I mean, he's been very public about it too,
Yeah.
that he wants to go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And then Kylian Mbappe, he'll be available. He can't play at PSG forever. Maybe they'll bring Neymar back. That's possible.
Neymar.
Not back. He was at Barcelona first, but they'll
Right.
bring Neymar over.
Well, see, that's what I thought. Neymar was going to kind of do the same thing that Messi did and just stay with Barcelona. But
He didn't want to be second fiddle. He wanted to be the guy.
yeah, that makes sense.
They were linked with Robert Lewandowski.
Floyd says thanks. So that seemed to work.
Welcome. I'll do it harder if you are more specific next time.
Let's see. Chris says, "Hey, soccer guy, the Browns owners want to buy the Columbus Crew and save them from moving to Austin."
Yeah, that's also a really interesting thing because the Seattle Seahawks actually own 20% of the Seattle Sounders, and they use the staff for both. As far as marketing, tickets, they use the same staff. They're in the same building, and it works really well for them. So it could be good for the Crew long run.
It's kind of like this. It's kind of like their beer policy where they use same size cup for a medium and large beer.
In Cleveland?
No, in Seattle.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't remember? You didn't see that controversy?
No.
That was a few years ago. Their cup was just taller than the medium-sized cup, but it held the same amount of liquid. And so there was a guy in the stands who was like, "This is the same size." And so he just poured one into the other, and it's like the same amount of beer.
Wow. I would piss
So
somebody
the
off.
Dolphins did beat the Bears. Brock Lobster beat the statistical best defense in the NFL.
I can't believe the Bears are the best defense in the league.
They won't be.
All right, Case Keenum
Bro.
tries to run the boot,
God.
and he sails that pass to Lacoste.
The thing is,
It was
Lacoste,
15 yards too high.
you know that Lacoste is a huge human.
I know, he's like 6'5".
Like he aimed that at the moon.
Guys, did we mess up what they're doing here at the bar? Because do you see that little chalkboard underneath the TV? It says Seahawks Raiders.
Right, well, that
And
game was early.
That was early.
Yeah,
Right,
that
but
was the first game.
Each chalkboard has a specific
Right,
game.
For the early
on it.
games.
Yeah, for the early
But
game.
there's only a handful of late games on.
Gotcha. Well, as long as we didn't mess it up for them.
All right.
Got to get this +7 back.
You took the. I can't believe you took the Broncos today.
I thought the weather would be worse. I
Yeah.
thought it would keep it low scoring.
Yeah, it is cold. It is cold, but I think what we realized is that the Rams are smart enough to know you just run the damn ball, and the Broncos are not.
But it gets cold in St.
Thomas
Louis,
in motion.
doesn't it?
Another play action. They're trying to go downfield. That pass gets tipped.
That's got to be roughing the passer, right?
I hope not.
He
I
hadn't
really.
even released the ball.
I mean,
He held on to it too long.
the rule is wrong, but the call is you can't make contact with the head, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
he
they
did.
are.
No, they're going to call like illegal contact or something. It's not going to be roughing the passer.
Let's see here. Let's see what the call is.
Marcus Peters is all upset.
Yeah, Peters. He gets upset very
He gets
easily.
whiny when it's on him. Look at him. It's going to be like illegal contact on number 22.
Here we go. Let's see what the call is.
Did you see the ref just like walk over into the way?
Pass interference on Marcus
Like,
Peters.
He wasn't even trying to get in there. And he like walks out of his way. Get out. What are you doing?
Peters gets called for a PI. That saves the Broncos from what has been a piss-poor series to this point. Look at this. Play action. Not a good sell on the play action. Pass is affected.
Boy, that's weak.
What is
Boy,
that?
that's weak.
I'm sorry, Broncos fans. That was not a pass interference.
Oh,
What? I guess a little bit there coming out of the break.
A
But
little
that's like
contact.
just a little bit of contact.
like he didn't redirect him. He didn't
No.
hook him.
I just don't understand why people are still watching.
It's your
Why
team.
are you still watching the Broncos?
You only get 16 games a year with your team.
That's right. Here we go, quick pass out there, and Sanders gets thrown to the ground, and they want a flag.
For playing football, come on now.
It'll be second down, no flag. Lamarcus Joyner, where there was on the tackle. It was a pretty violent tackle, but not like.
So if you're the Rams, how long are you going to keep playing off the line like that?
I don't know. Royce Freeman picks up about 5 yards there.
Because you see what the Broncos are doing. It's like you said, they're just running those horizontal screens.
Yep.
but they have a huge cushion to run them. So if you're the Rams, how long do you keep giving that cushion?
I think you just keep giving it to them because you know as
But
long
do
as
you
you
think-
keep it in front of
Do
you.
you think Keenum can beat you over the top?
I think if you get beat as a corner, you don't want to be the guy to give up the play behind you.
Right.
So
He's got
we'll
that,
see.
He's got that pop gun arm, though.
I mean, they're still playing pretty far off. I mean, that's a 6-yard cushion there.
They're playing way off.
They're playing way off, yeah. But it doesn't look like Keenum is taking advantage of it.
I've never seen such respect.
Does he know how?
Does he know how?
Does he know how to take advantage of it?
I mean, you take advantage of those things in college all the time. See, Lou says these refs is tripping.
Holding on Garrett Bowles? That's shocking.
Shocking holding call on Garrett Bowles.
That was
it
one of my
valid?
predictions. I didn't get here in time to do predictions, but my prediction was going to be that he'd get called for holding at least 3 times.
Three times? God, if he gets called for holding 3 times, that's gonna be all anybody can talk about in Sports Talk Radio on Monday. Is that Garrett Bowles cannot stop holding.
In one of the games we watched, he got called for it twice. 3 didn't seem that outrageous to me.
Floyd says it's time for a coaching change. We know. Case Keenum
We wish.
throws that one out to Phillip Lindsay, incomplete. 2nd and 20 now.
At the end of this game, the Broncos are going to be like, well, we failed to establish the run.
Yep.
And this is what they're doing right now when they say we failed to establish the run. This is what's happening when they're failing to establish the run. So remember these moments where they're not running the ball, and then they come out and they say, well, we don't know what happened. We failed to establish the run. We have no idea how it could have happened.
How on earth?
We kept calling passing plays.
Seriously, I think they should just run like the Army offense. Just run the veer.
Get that wishbone out there.
Yeah, the wishbone. All right, Keenum from the shotgun.
Screen.
Takes a 5-step drop. Gets it out to Devontae Booker.
It's going to be 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 4 about, looks
He got
like.
good yardage, though. He actually did more than they've done thus far.
And another penalty. It looks like Max Garcia. Oh, that is going to make it 2nd and 30.
This is what happens when you play the Rams D-line, though. I mean, this is part
But
of
it wasn't Bulls back-to-back.
We'll see, there's Garcia. And that's a pretty blatant hold.
Yeah, that's
You are
a tackle.
not going to get away with that against Aaron Donald. Yeah, no way. Of course, I would say I would rather them hold than let Case Keenum get obliterated. Of the two,
I don't know if you have the mob support on that one. I think some people would like to see him go out the Matt Castle way.
All right, Keenum drops back once again. Throws it to no one in particular. And it's 3rd and 30. Crowd is booing.
It's the 2nd quarter. We're halfway through the 2nd quarter, and they're getting booed in October.
Oh, this is so bad. So bad. All right, let's check in on the YouTube commenters. Hey, what's up? Here we go. Bobby Beasley saying, thanks for the game, y'all. What's up? All in One Show. I'm back. Thanks, All in One Show, for watching. Share this feed with your friends, guys. All right, there's a dump off down the middle. It's going to be 4th and what? 4th and
Hey, what's
25.
our YouTube link so I can put it on my Snapchat?
our YouTube link. It's right there.
4th and too many.
Oh.
Tennessee, Alabama
Yeah,
is
that's
the
not
CBS game next week.
Yeah, I think
I'll do another one of these. I need to be
I think
far
we're good.
drunker.
to watch this game.
To watch this game, to endure my life today. It's been very difficult.
Grizzly Lokes says, "Hola, Jena, sup, guys?"
Grizzly, what's up? I have to go all the way to the YouTube.
All right. Rams are going to start at about the 15 here. That was a long drive. They took up a lot of time there, the Broncos did. They didn't really move the ball forward at all after about 4 holding penalties. But, you know, that was at least it took time off the clock. If we're looking for positives here for Broncos country, They
Get
took
this game over with quicker.
That's right. This game will be over sooner because the Broncos wasted some time there.
Bless you. Do you see Tom Smith? He said, I measured my 6-inch at Subway and it was 5.5 inches. Just like.
They also make your Subway subs out of the same material they make yoga mats. I think they stopped, but.
I think they stopped. We're not sure.
A source of inspiration.
I mean, when it's only $5, I'm willing to eat a little yoga mat, so.
Sure.
Yeah. There's some flip-flops made out of that. Same material.
Yeah, it's rubber.
Chris Bennett wants to know if the protesters are protesting in the snow. No
I
protests
haven't seen
today.
anything today. It's
No
odd how the
protests
weather
today.
does that. The weather really tests your beliefs.
Your political beliefs get really
Really
tested
does.
when it's below freezing.
Do you really believe in the Democratic Socialist America, or are you a poser? You better be out there in the 25-degree weather.
That's right. That's right. Because, you know, people who believe in the Broncos are out there in 12-degree weather.
And they're protesting.
They are protesting the Broncos.
I
Let's
think
see.
the protesters are at the game.
Yeah, they're booing.
Yeah.
Floyd says he needs to go hold Joseph. Chris wants to know what your Snapchat is, Jenna.
I think it's the same as my Instagram.
It's a premium
Vita,
Snapchat. You
Vita,
have to pay
Vita Viva
$9.
Diva 1.
Vita
Yes.
Viva Diva 1.
You have to send me $9 to my Venmo first,
It's
and then I
$9
send.
a month. It's a premium Snapchat.
Wow. Oh, don't tell them that's a premium Snapchat. Because as I told everybody on Twitter the
I
other
know,
day,
yeah.
premium is code for porn. That's what that means on the internet. Premium anything.
Oh, Ricky Parole was fun to watch.
Well, that's basically what Snapchat was created for.
That's why you have so many conversations going in the app right now.
I really don't use Snapchat.
I don't play Snapchat at all anymore.
I really don't like it as much as I like Instagram. Yeah.
You guys are about to make fun of me.
You're getting a
I'm
soda
gonna make
with no
fun
ice.
of you.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Soda water.
I don't think there's anything you could get that I would be like, wow, that's a respectable drink.
All right, let's see
Soda
here.
water with no ice.
Hey, is this lime bus out here? Is that
There you
is,
go,
is that
Chris.
those
Where they charge
bikes?
the scooters, idiot.
Oh, the scooters.
Oh my God, you can actually sign up and be a scooter charger. You can charge scooters at your house.
Cooper
and
Cup
get
gets a
paid.
first down. That's a flag there.
Horse Easy money.
Horse collar.
Yep, that's a horse collar.
That's how you tear somebody's ACL.
Cup is down. Darian Stewart brought him down by the collar, and that is going to be another 15 yards.
So why isn't Vance Joseph in his face? I feel like a horse collar.
Thank you.
Did he ask for an orange soda with no ice? And you got it. You didn't make fun of him at all for it.
See, Khaki is very nice. She's a nice server here at Henry's 16th Street Tavern. She's very nice.
You had chicken tenders and an orange soda. You eat
Are
like a
you
12-year-old.
12-year-old?
What's that?
Are you 12?
Am I 12?
Yeah.
I am not. I am 32. But I like orange soda, and I don't like ice, especially not when it's cold
Fans
outside.
think you're 45.
That's true. People do think I'm 45.
That is how you tear an ACL. That's how you do it.
Floyd says, so says the Patriot.
What did I say?
I don't know, but it was probably something about cheating.
I'm okay with cheating to win when everyone does it. Every league in the NFL, or every team in the NFL cheats.
I've told people this before. I am pro-cheating. Grizzly
He is.
says, just here hoping for the Broncos. We ain't playing good at all.
At all.
Nope. They are playing particularly poorly today.
An accurate summation.
That is correct.
You can go be Mark Schlereth and be the color guy in the booth.
Yeah. No one says obvious things better than Mark Schlereth.
Mark Schlereth, because he played football, but then he's a millionaire on top of that because he goes on TV and he says nothing interesting at all. I don't think he's ever said a single thing when he was at ESPN, when he's at Fox, when he does these games, where it was like, wow, Mark, that was really interesting. You really opened my eyes to something I didn't see before. You really helped me understand that. Like, it's...
Dave says, Jenna, you're being far too generous to TJ. He can't be older than 11.
Ah, yeah.
I have a beard.
I did see a meme. I had a friend who was like in 5th grade. He had a beard.
No, okay.
5th grade, we're like 11.
So I just have a glandular problem. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, my friend Wes Suchland, he had a beard in 5th grade. And a mustache. He had full-on facial hair.
All right.
Hairiest person I know.
Let's see here. I cannot wait for your Patriots to beat the Kansas City Chiefs tonight because my mentions are going to be a little nicer, I think, tonight than they
Your
usually are.
zombies.
I think they're gonna get meaner.
If they don't just obliterate the Chiefs like I expect them to tonight, I'm going
You're
to be
gonna-
very angry and
you're
upset
gonna
with
have to-
you in particular.
You need to like apologize if they don't.
Apologize?
Yes.
No.
of
No,
course
they don't
not.
deserve an apology from me. Chiefs
Who
fans?
does deserve an apology from you?
Who deserves? I've
What needs
apologized.
to happen for you to actually apologize?
I apologized on Twitter earlier today to all of the CU Buffs fans who listened to me when I told them that CU was going to beat USC last night. They did not.
I had the Buffs +7.
I had the Buffs. Yes, I had the Buffs +7 as well. And
That's gambling.
Yes.
who was it? Who was the guy?
I'm aware.
No, the receiver, number 21 for USC. He had like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know who it is.
He was really, really good. I did not expect them to be helpless against any player on USC's team, and yet not having Jim Leavitt as your defensive coordinator is apparently really taken a number. It's really done a number on the CU Buffs.
What's interesting now here about the Rams is Reynolds is going to come in for Cooper Kupp. They don't make substitutions. The Rams play the same formation or the same personnel set on every play with the same players. Nobody subs out.
Chris Grizzly, thanks for following me on Snapchat. Adding me, following me. Snapchats.
Floyd says, I hate to tell you, but the Patriots will lose.
Why do you think that, Floyd?
Yeah, why
Tell
do
us
you think
more.
that, Floyd? My wife, Melanie, is watching. Hello. Hello, my beautiful wife. I apologize to her. That's who I apologize to.
Yeah, well, you should every day. Just wake up and say you're sorry because, dear God.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry for today.
Uh,
Nothing's happened yet, but I'm
Oh,
sorry.
good defense there by the Broncos. 1st and 10, they lose 2. Mark Wolf was out there to make the tackle.
Well, maybe he's tired of all the bullshit.
Well, yeah, I would be
think
too.
we could all agree that he is.
There you go. Bradley Roby there on the tackle. Is Sean McVay the best young coach in the league?
Yeah, sure.
How is he out there without anything covering his little ears?
Well, he's got a headset.
Sidelines are heated.
All right, Goff goes down the middle of the field. That's a first down to Robert Woods.
Robert Woods is so fun to watch.
He's
a good wide receiver.
He's a very good receiver.
Him and Robbie Anderson are the two most underrated wide receivers in the league.
Robert Woods, USC product, I believe. Just speaking of USC.
It's great. It's a great move. It's a great route. It's a great catch. I have Chiefs fans in my mentions right now because of a tweet from a year ago.
In which you
Say
said,
a year ago.
oh, and down goes Goff.
Back in
First down. That's going to be about a 2nd and 14.
You weren't pulling
they
a
had to
Josh
bring-
Hader, were you?
Darian Stewart had the additional pressure there. Now looked like does everybody get a quarter of a tackle there? Quarter of a sack?
I tweeted on August 22nd, 2017, how Chiefs have convinced themselves that Mahomes is better than Derek Carr and Mahomes should start over Alex Smith is beyond me. This was August of 2017.
And now,
How dare you not be able to foretell the future?
Right.
You're supposed to be a soothsayer.
Supposed to know everything.
I really do think that that's what people expect from.
Floyd says KC's the better team all around than the Patriots. I disagree.
Not true at all.
That is inaccurate. And I will say that that's inaccurate based off of really just one quality, and that is that Bill Belichick is their head coach. And even then, if you wanted to keep going, Tom Brady is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Tom Brady's a better quarterback. The Patriots' defense is better.
Josh Gordon is a better
I
receiver
think
than
Sony Michel and James White are better than Kareem Hunt.
Agreed.
And,
Ooh, we should
Spencer
put a
Ware.
poll question out. Do people actually think that Patrick Mahomes is as good as Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, people are delusional enough in Kansas City to think that right now.
Yeah, they
But not just Kansas City, apparently. Other people think that.
Good pocket protection there, and he makes up quite a bit there. It's going to be fourth and 2 from about the 41-yard line. If I'm the Rams here, I'd really seriously consider going for it.
You've stopped the Broncos offense all day. You have a chance to go up 23 before half.
McVay shaking his head, and he's going to punt it.
See, this is what drives me crazy. Sean McVay, sometimes he really gets it with strategy and tactics, and this is not getting it.
But see, he was shaking his head. He really wanted to go for it there, and I don't understand why he wouldn't. Why wouldn't you go for it?
It's 4th and 1 on the plus 38.
The 38-yard line.
Yeah, here we go.
Ah, here we go. Okay. All right. Oh, he's going to do a pooch punt. He's going to pull the Brady punt. Oh, they're trying to get him to jump off sides. No. What are they doing now?
It's going to be a timeout.
All right. Now they're going to give themselves some punting. They're going to take the delay game. I don't like that at all. Come on, McVay. I just giving you a compliment. I just said you were the best young coach in the league. Act like it.
Wait, it's Chris's birthday? I thought it was... Chris, is it your birthday or is it...
Keep up.
What was... No, I thought it was...
He said mi cumpleaños.
Craig. I thought it was Cracker Craig who was saying that.
No, that was Chris.
Oh, Chris.
You said it in Spanish too.
Yes. I think Cracker Craig had commented right under that, so I thought it was Craig. That's why I was like, why aren't you here? But happy birthday, Chris. My bad for not connecting the dots.
Floyd says, you guys enjoy the snow. I need to go jump in my pool. It's kind of hot here in Florida. Go Broncos.
Oh, my gosh, Floyd.
Thanks a lot, Floyd.
I like winter.
I hate the winter.
Move.
I'm not the biggest fan of winter, personally.
I want to.
Dave says, I miss watching baseball with you guys. Grizzly, is he tired of all the BS? Hashtag number 95. Yes, I believe he is tired of all the bullshit. All right, well, good punt there for the Rams, and the Broncos are going to take over at the 13-yard line. Sorry, 13-yard line.
What time is the ALCS game
Tonight. It's I think 6:05. That's usually the start.
5:20.
5:20.
Sunday Night Football is at 6:05 or 6:15.
All right, there goes Philip Lindsay for a gain of 9.
Yeah, 5:09 game for the Red Sox. It's a weird time. Weird start time.
Yeah, baseball has those funky start times in the playoff.
I was pretty shocked.
Oh, Lindsay gets popped
Surprised
right as soon as he catches the ball. Held
by the
on to it, though.
Astros.
3rd and 2 now.
Now I've been accused that I'm triggered for responding to tweets.
You're triggered?
I've been triggered.
Oh, you've been triggered. Grizz says Philip Lindsay a beast. He is. I think Philip Lindsay's really, really good.
Yeah, but I was looking at his stats just the other day, and I was noticing, although he has the most yards and he has the most carries.
He's not the most efficient runner on the team. Royce Freeman is.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the most carries into the end zone.
Right.
So I think that says something about who they're handing the ball to in crucial situations.
Yeah, Freeman's a more reliable runner. He's also he's got better ball security going all the way back to college. So I think there are a lot of reasons to like Royce Freeman over Philip Lindsay. I put them on equal footing at this point. I don't think that you're going wrong. Right. I don't think you're going wrong in either direction because they both do what they do very well, and they're both very different players. Mm-hmm. So yeah, really comparing them. There's not really a whole lot, I think, at this point to do there.
Another injury for the Rams.
10:09 a.m. Australian time for the ALCS.
I wish we were streaming for the ALCS over this game. Way more intense, way cooler.
The ALCS?
Way more action.
Well, yeah, you're watching one of the worst teams in the league play one of the best teams in the league in Week 6. Although I will say that the amount of excitement around this game is about like an MLB playoff game. Just like the crowd and the atmosphere. That's just baseball versus football. And also to the fact that there are 80,000 people in that stadium, and there'll be ALCS. There'll be I think.
That's
I
because
think.
it's a smaller stadium. That's
Well, I think
it.
Fenway holds 36.
But that doesn't mean that's how many
Freeman
people
tries
are
to get it
watching.
outside, gets about 2 yards on first down. What's that?
A lot of people watch the ALCS.
Oh yeah, a lot of people will watch the. It's playoff baseball. Of course, they're watching playoff baseball. It's regular season baseball that nobody watches.
I do.
I mean, even then, even postseason baseball does not get the same ratings that regular season NFL gets. More people will watch this
Yeah.
game than the ALCS team.
There were 5 times as many people watching the Sunday night football game last week as watched Yankees and Red Sox.
And that's the biggest series in,
That's the
in
biggest-
baseball.
That's as big as baseball gets.
You are talking to 2 people who have had this conversation about 100,000
And 2
times.
people who like football more than baseball, so it's just never going to happen. The argument's never
I don't
going
necessarily-
I'm objective about it.
I would rather watch, if I'm really invested, like locally, if the Rockies said, deserve to be in the playoffs, I would be way more invested in the Rockies postseason play than the Broncos regular season play. And I do that because I've been in that situation before. I've been in a situation where you had a really good postseason team and a not so very good regular season football team competing against one another. I've literally been there, so I can back it up. All right, let's see here. Let's move back over to the Facebook comments. See what we got over here. Nothing so far. All right, guys, just remember, if you come out to Henry 16th Street Tavern here in downtown Denver, free appetizer. Just
Somebody
go to
come
the
drink
events
with
tab.
me.
What?
Somebody should come out and drink with me because you 2 aren't.
Right. So you need, go come out and drink with Jena. She needs somebody to do shots with. She's
Please.
a little upset. Her dog
Had a
has
really hard day.
fleas.
Yeah, on top of everything else that's shit on me this weekend. I mean, dear God. The
Oh.
world just decided to, put one little cloud over my house and just rain on my life. It
All right.
sucks.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. And then, when it happens, you're like, oh my God, this is that moment. And for all the other bad times, I'm just going to be like, oh, it wasn't as bad as that one Saturday, Sunday, that just sucked. It's been horrible. I've been up since 5 a.m., going to different stores, buying different things. I've spent over $200 on my freaking dog today because she has fleas. And I've been getting bit by these fleas for a week now, trying to figure out what the bites are. Thought it was bed bugs.
You would much
Good
rather
God.
have fleas than bed bugs.
You'd
You'd have to burn all your earthly possessions if you had bed
I'm
bugs.
thankful now that it is fleas. But the last thing I did, after everything that I did, I vacuumed, I put all this bed bug stuff in the room, cleaned the whole house, and the last thing I did was bathe the dog. And the first thing I did was pour water on her hair and on her head, and as her hair parted, it was disgusting. Awful. It was awful.
All right, yeah. I believe you.
It makes me itch right now, just talking about it.
If you have any pointers for Jena on how to,
Help me.
yeah,
Bathe and oatmeal.
Drink more. Bathe in oatmeal.
Wait, that's for
That's like chicken
Chicken
pox.
chickenpox, yeah. Different thing.
you're fucked.
If you're Latino, you have told me already, your pointer is to vapor rub on it.
Grizz
I know.
says, I'm drinking alone also. Jena, you ain't alone.
Grizz, cheers.
Dave also says, Jena, I'll come up and drink with you from
You should-
Australia.
Perfect. Why don't I hate the cold, so let's just go to Australia instead.
It's the land down under.
We'll cover rugby.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We could cover kangaroo boxing.
Kangaroo
One of your
kangaroo
favorites.
boxing. Love that.
The Chiefs fans won't leave me won't leave me alone.
All right. Oh, big time gain there for Philip Lindsay on 3rd and 2. They get a first down.
They must have heard you're attached to this guy.
No, it's
No.
a tweet that they found.
It's a tweet. Yeah, they are on a witch hunt. They're out there to find anybody who doubts Patrick
This makes
Mahomes.
me just. I hope fucking Tom Brady just works them. God.
Right. It makes you resent an entire city.
It really does. No, not the whole city, just the people in it.
Yeah, so, sure. Yeah, there you go.
You're one
That's
of
right.
the people.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's from there. They don't.
Any more
They will
Kansas City
turn.
jersey
They will
together?
turn on. They will turn on you
Yeah,
for the smallest thing. And guess what? I think Connor and I both are pretty like pro Mahomes. Like that's the thing.
I love Pat Mahomes. I just recognize he's made 5-6 starts in his career.
Yeah, 6 starts, 5 this year.
He's not fucking Dan Marino.
Right, exactly. It's not Dan Marino.
Jesus.
Because he hasn't had the time to become him?
Exactly. That's exactly right. He's only played 6 games. We just need a bigger sample size.
I
We need
said-
to watch him progress.
I think I said this last week, but nothing
Maybe.
of substance comes that quickly. Nothing. You cannot build a really good, quantifiably, like great thing in any industry, in any sport. Nothing gets that good immediately. Nothing. Nothing ever.
Well, I think you guys could just save your asses a little bit if you just put "yet" at the end of your tweets. Like whatever you say about
You want to know the tweet that got Kansas City mad at me? I
think I
said
know it.
let's hold on a second. I think Patrick Mahomes might be the best quarterback in the league in 5 years. But initially, he will have his struggles. That was the tweet.
You don't have to say that part initially. We should get some more ranch.
You want more ranch? Okay.
If she comes by here.
All right. The Broncos are actually putting together a pretty decent drive here. Devontae Booker with a first down there.
Man, it looks
Minute
cold out there.
to go in the second quarter. And Case Keenum from the shotgun at about the 44-yard line. And that one goes out to Lacoste. And Lacoste picks up a few yards. It'll be second down and about 4.
So Jaguars-Cowboys, 17-0 for the Cowboys. 14-0 Ravens over the Titans. And then we have finals. Texans beat the Bills 20-13.
Chris says, let's go Broncos game, 100-100. Dave, Jena, come on over. The Aussie baseball season starts soon. Isn't that cricket? Is Aussie baseball cricket? Chris says, you're still not close to 8,000 followers on Twitter, TJ. I know. I have this thing where I lose a lot of followers as many as I gain. That one going to Lacoste, overshot him. A couple of defenders in the area, but that was definitely a catchable pass if Keenum puts it on target. 3rd and 3 now. And
You're at 7,944.
I'm going to unfollow you.
I really like, though, your description. Your description.
I like his display
Weirdo.
name, Teach.
Host, angry about stuff.
He's a very angry person.
I try to be less angry. I don't feel
I
like
feel
I'm...
like you just described every man that I've ever
You need to shoot guns
interacted
more.
with. Weirdo.
Look at them. They're all within 5 yards
angry.
of the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun. And he's throwing it up.
Wow, he's going
Incomplete.
deep.
Oh, what a crap
Tootie.
call
So deep.
call
I think that should
on
be
third down.
That should be intentional grounding because there wasn't a receiver in the area.
Flag on the play. Ridiculous call. Intentional grounding. That's a 45-yard penalty. It's just disgusting.
There's no one near that ball.
If you are a fan of the sport of football, that should just sicken you to your stomach. What a crap call. What a crap call. Please share this video if you think that was a crap call. Like this, just let me know if am I overreacting? That was bullshit. To paraphrase the great
the play,
poet Derek Wolfe, this is bullshit. Not even paraphrase. I think it's a direct quote. Direct quote. I think Derek Wolfe in that moment just said that's bullshit.
Probably.
Mexico 100 smiley face. I don't know what that means.
Who said Mexico 100 smiley face?
Kakaroto Blancarte Garcia.
Kakaroto.
Kakaroto?
Yeah.
Kakaroto.
Blancarte Garcia.
Querétaro.
I don't know who that is.
Querétaro, muy bien.
Querétaro.
That's a place in Mexico.
It's a city in Mexico that has a Liga MX team.
Dave
a
says-
city
No, we have professional
and
baseball league.
and a state.
Could be a bunch of things. I don't know. I just know they have a Liga MX team.
Well, I know Australia has cricket. It's one of the bigger cricket. I think cricket is the biggest in England, India, and then in Australia.
Look at him wrestle.
Oh,
And then he gets smushed.
they go for it on 4th
He
down.
took the ball away from him.
Yeah,
He just took it away from him.
is that Casey Joyner or LaMarcus Joyner?
I mean, they're the same thing. They're the same size. They play the same position.
one of the joiners just took the ball away from Keenum. It didn't matter. Now see, here's the key. Will the Rams score in 39 seconds? I will give Vance Joseph credit, though. He did go for it on 4th down.
That is horrendous.
Just trash there by Booker.
He couldn't even block a guy who was falling down.
Yeah, I think so.
Just awful.
Did you want another Coke?
Just another regular Coke, please. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, no. Did she offend you?
Yeah, I don't want Diet Coke. That's not what I ordered. Diet Coke tastes bad.
Diet Coke is not good.
It's horrible.
It has no calories. It's delicious.
Oh, there
There
goes
we go.
Jared Goff, and that'll be, I think, the last play probably. You think they call a timeout?
I think you have to. You're at midfield.
Did you order food yet, Connor?
Yep, they call a timeout.
Yeah, I ate before everyone got here.
They're not giving up on this game yet, or on this series yet,
travel
to
today?
score before halftime.
I came back from Minnesota last night.
Last night. I knew you were out there. I saw your text from your mom.
Thank you.
Very funny.
You had a text from your mom?
Yeah, my mom listened to the game since there was
She
a
loved
fight
it.
at the end of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
She texted me. She's like, I think that's the most exciting soccer match I've ever heard. Because I was really into describing that fight.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
get it on the radio, you know?
Yeah. By the way, you can listen to Connor call Rapids games on Altitude 92.5.
92.5. Crystal clear FM.
You're in HD now.
Yeah. No crackle in my voice anymore.
Jared Goff, quick pass to the outside there to Brandon Cooks.
That is an indefensible route if you're a defender against Brandon Cooks.
I'm honestly, I'm a little surprised they don't throw it more. That out is a really good route for accurate passers. I mean, if you can put the ball on the money like Aaron Rodgers or Tom
That's the
Brady,
thing, you have to have the arm strength and the accuracy because it's a hard ball to throw.
yes. Dave says, I mean, Jena, if you make it to Australia, I'd be happy to grab some mates and take you to an Aussie sporting match.
I would love that. That would be awesome. I really do want to go to Australia. It's on my list of places to go. I've been to most of the places I want to go to.
Goff moving up in the pocket and then gets taken down there. Bradley Chubb with his second full sack of the season. He has 2.5 on the year, and it is 4th down.
That's one thing I thought we would see more of is Bradley Chubb, and
Shane Ray is hurt on the play.
He plays a lot. He just doesn't make a ruckus.
yeah,
But he's a rookie. I think he'll be better in
He's
the
a
second
rookie, but
half
I
of the
think
year.
that everybody expected a lot more from him, and
Which isn't fair.
we
'Cause
just-
look
yeah.
at some of the best young pass rushers in the league. Myles Garrett, I mean, he was hurt for part of last year, but it still took him a couple games to get going. I know he had
Right.
a sack on his first play, but after
Yeah.
that, he went 6 games without a sack.
Yes.
And then in the second half of the season, he got better, and I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with Chubb.
Yeah. I think people have been frustrated with Chubb because the team's
Yeah.
losing, but I think that, generally speaking, I mean, Connor's right. The rookie record for sacks is 13. Javon Curse said it in, I think, 1999. That was the year that the Titans went to the Super Bowl. Kevin Dyson reached out, didn't make it.
That was the most exciting play I'd ever seen as a child.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's like straight out of a movie.
Javon Curse, man, the freak.
They had Eddie George. Eddie George was one of my favorite players.
Steve
growing
McNair, yeah.
I had a
Wycheck.
Steve McNair jersey. growing
Really?
up.
You had a Steve McNair jersey.
Yes.
Of all the quarterbacks
All
to have
the
a jersey.
quarterbacks. I really like McNair.
Was that Alex Collins?
Alex Collins getting into the end zone.
Titans are so bad.
Right, they're a good bad team. I don't know how to really. They're a bad team, but they're like,
They're going to win close and lose close.
yes,
The problem is Marcus Mariota has not developed.
he hasn't,
He
and I
has
don't.
not taken that step.
And Vrabel is not going to be the guy to develop him. I mean, they're not. Vrabel's not going to put emphasis on the quarterback position like other coaches would.
No quarterback from that class has developed. Jameis Winston hasn't developed. Mariota hasn't developed. Who was
Yeah.
drafted after them? Somebody was drafted in the teens after those two.
I was really surprised how flimsy the Bucs were with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had one bad game, and then they were just like, all right, Jameis is back. Let's go with Jameis Winston.
I think because Jameis is in a contract year, I think they need to see what they got with him. They need to be like, we need to put all our cards on the Jameis Winston table now, find out what we got.
You know, just punting on the postseason and say, yeah.
Because
All right.
they're not competing with the Falcons and Saints this year.
No. And everybody was talking about how monster that division was going to be, and it turns out that they're not really that monstrous of a division. Atlanta has really struggled. They struggled against the Cincinnati Bengals. They struggled last week against the Steelers. The Saints are really good. The Saints are legitimately good. This is probably Drew Brees' best chance.
Oh my God!
Oh
They're
my
putting in
God,
Chad Kelly. They are
Chad.
putting in Chad Kelly. That's wow.
Kelly
All right.
is in the game.
Chad Kelly's in the game.
To take a knee.
Okay.
Very cool.
Do you hear
Take a
the crowd?
knee.
They are so
They're so
happy.
They're so happy. Chad Kelly's in the game.
They're dickheads.
We're going to have to
Swag
change the
Kelly.
description of this video to Chad Kelly watch.
Swag Kelly.
Well, he's going to take a knee here, but they are letting the crowd know, don't leave, don't go anywhere. The Swag Kelly era
Swag
has
Kelly
started.
could be in this
No,
second half.
I think Vance Joseph knows this game is really, really important to his career. So
That honestly makes me think that Keenum's hurt.
he could have gotten hurt. And they may play it off like that. You're entirely right. It may be either the excuse or the real reason. But
I mean, you don't put him out there to take a knee unless something's wrong with Keenum.
Swag Kelly is in.
Because now all you've done is
Holy crap.
you've shown the Rams.
Look at all the Broncos people.
Chad
I
Kelly's
mean, they're
coming in.
probably just leaving for halftime.
Oh
but
no,
it
yeah,
just
they're
looks
just
sad.
they're just
It
going
just
up to get a
looks
beer or
sad
something.
as they walk out of the stadium.
All right, it is halftime, guys. I have to go to the restroom, but if you guys can just take over for a moment, thank you.
I got my mentions cleaned
right.
up.
You
a little
did?
Bit, so.
Did you mute it or did you just?
No, I argued with all of them.
Perfect.
Well done. That's
Yeah, just like TJ taught you.
respect.
Going back and forth.
You're pulling on TJ.
Yeah, I'm pulling a T.
Did you hashtag TJ in those?
Should have tagged TJ.
Where are you going? This way? Of all the ways?
Are you wearing high heel boots?
I'm wearing high heel timbers. Yep. What's up? That's right.
Fair play to you.
Oh, you guys, seriously, somebody come out and drink with me because my life has been so hard.
Well, you can stay after and watch the Patriots-Chiefs game and drink
you'll
with
drink?
me. Yeah.
Okay. I might do that because I'm probably going to need to, hang out for my drinking to, fade out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to watch baseball, obviously.
Oh, that's right. There's baseball.
I don't understand people who like football over baseball. I don't understand people who like football over any sport.
Football is the best sport that we have.
Why?
It's,
Because they hit each other?
No, it's the most exciting, and you
They
reset.
took the hitting out.
No,
So
because
how is it more exciting?
they reset the strategy every 6 seconds. You choose a new play, you choose a new defense, you choose a new strategy every 6 seconds. It's the most dramatic, it's the most exciting. Baseball is exciting, in the 8th or 9th inning, and basketball is exciting when it's coming down to the final play. And I love those
Fourth
sports.
quarter, yeah.
I love those sports. I love watching baseball. I love watching basketball. I watch hockey. Obviously, I like soccer. I think these sports are all incredible. And I'm not just only football, and I think all other sports suck. I love almost every sport that's available, and I watch them all. It's just football is just different. It's just better. It's just that little bit better. It's
I
exciting.
just don't find it
start to
more
finish.
interesting.
You got to understand what's happening. You got to
I
understand the
do
players.
understand what's happening, but I just don't.
You got to understand the strategy. You got to understand the tactics. You got to understand what teams are trying to accomplish. What's the difference between a 4-3 defense and a 3-4 defense?
But
What's
I just
man,
don't
what's zone?
think it's more interesting than zone defense versus man-to-man.
But it makes the game more interesting. Makes the strategy more interesting.
I disagree.
Makes the results and the play more interesting.
I disagree. I don't find it
It's
more
okay to be
interesting.
wrong.
It's just a difference of opinion.
Summer says that Keenum needs to go.
What's up? That's my best friend.
Hello,
Summer Johnson is my best friend. She's been my best friend since middle school. She tripped me 17 times. Every time she'd be like, hey, do you want to run to the gym? And we'll be the first ones to practice. I'd be like, yeah, let's go. And I start running, and she'd just be like, trip.
She might be right, too, about Case Keenum needing to go.
He does need to go.
She needs to trip. She tripped you, and she's right about Case
She's
Keenum.
tripping the Broncos up. Oh, gosh.
I kind of don't like the Baltimore Ravens, though. They're up 14-0 late in the second quarter against the Titans. I don't like the Titans either, but I really don't like the Ravens.
I really liked the Titans growing up. As a kid, I was a Titans fan. But, I mean, I don't dislike Mariota. I think that he could be better than he is.
I liked Mariota a lot in college when he was with Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
and I was so excited to see him go to the NFL. I thought he'd be better, but he hasn't gotten better. He hasn't improved.
No, right. And I think that's like something that makes any sport really interesting is when you watch a player become great over time.
Right.
That's what really, really makes it interesting. Even LeBron, LeBron was amazing, but then he was freaking fantastic, and then he was insane, and then he gets better as he goes, and that's what really makes it fun to watch him. I hate him. God, I hate him.
What are you talking about?
How can you hate LeBron?
Okay, so I was just talking about this with my dad because my dad legitimately hates LeBron. And I was like, Dad, let me tell you all the good things he's done. And I was fighting for LeBron. And my dad's like, I just don't like a man whose word doesn't mean anything. If your word doesn't mean anything, you're not a good, to my father.
His word doesn't mean anything?
He feels like LeBron's word doesn't mean anything because he said he would never leave Cleveland, and then he did for more money in Miami and for a chance to win a championship. Then he went back to Cleveland, gave them that championship they were looking for, but he doesn't feel like his word holds up.
The problem is LeBron went to the NBA when he was 18 years old.
Yeah, and he said things when he was young.
If you remember when you were 18 and how much
I said some dumb stuff.
How much your life has changed since when you were 18. I give LeBron the benefit of the doubt on that, especially he ended up with a family. He's got kids. He's never had a scandal. By all accounts, he's a good dad. He does so many good things off the field. I like LeBron.
Off the court. He's in Drake's concerts apparently these days.
Apparently.
No, but for real, my mom actually said this yesterday to me. She was like, I should have never sent you to college. You became so corrupt. You were so good before you went to college. You were a good, kind-hearted person. And
That's so mean.
And, it's so mean. And
to have your mom tell you that college ruined you?
College, yes, an education. Me getting a higher level of education ruined my innocence, basically.
That's tough. Mom's tough.
She's hardcore. Anyone who knows her, they know she is hardcore. My dad seems scary on the outside because of how he looks, but he's actually way nicer. My mom's much tougher. Scary. She legitimately asked one of my boyfriends one time in the car, so he couldn't escape the question. She was like, "So, are you trying to have sex with Jena or something?" He was like,
He's like, well, yeah.
Not right now. And she was like, get out. The car was moving.
Your mom's scary.
My mom's scary. My mom is terrifying.
Your mom's scary?
She's very scary.
I don't think your mom's scary. I met your mom.
Except for Benjamin Albright. He thinks my mom is not scary. He would describe her a different way.
How would he describe her?
Albright think your mom is hot?
He thought she was hot.
Pull up a picture
He
of
was
her.
like, that's your mom? Damn.
Pull up a picture of her.
I was like,
Let's see a
shut
picture of her.
up, Ben.
Let's see a picture of her.
Well, you have to
I'll show you a
remember
picture.
that Ben is almost the same age as your mom, so...
My parents had me very young. Let's see.
All right, Dave says, I really wish I was vaguely near you guys. That's really nice of you to say, Dave.
You were too, Dave.
I wish I could give you some free stuff, but you're in Australia. I don't even know how to mail you something.
Like a P.O. box?
What
Do you
channel
have a
do they
P.O.
watch
box?
the NFL on in Australia?
What? Yeah, that's a good question, Dave. How do you watch the NFL? Do they show the NFL in Australia? I'm guessing they do.
Do you have a special package where every game is available? Do you have Red Zone in Australia?
They show the NFL in
Europe.
Europe, yeah.
But I don't know.
But it's really late at night.
Do they show every game?
When I was in Spain, the NFL games were at 2 in the morning.
Well, yeah, they have to show them live. So I guess they could put them on tape delay, but I think people would just...
Rather see them live.
Right.
Because the internet ruins that.
Right.
My mom and I look exactly the same, except for I have darker features and she has lighter features. So I'm trying to find a picture of her.
Guys, I really hope that Chad Kelly is actually going to be playing in the second half.
That would be hilarious.
You just have your
And
own
awesome.
self-interest, though.
What?
That's just out of your own self-interest, though.
Well, yeah,
That's my mom.
it is out of my own self-interest, but it's also just because I mean, this is an indication, at least to me, that I think Vance Joseph is finally starting to coach like his job is on the line. He is yet to be aggressively fighting for his job. And think about this. At the end of the first half, we saw We saw them go for it on 4th down. That is very uncharacteristic. Usually Vance Joseph would punt in that situation. He didn't. He went for it. That's an aggressive move. That's out of character for him. Putting Chad Kelly in for one play to kneel the ball, and it didn't look like Keenum was hurt. He just looked like he was on the sideline with his helmet on and just like, he wasn't doing anything.
It's a weird move.
Those are both very conspicuous things to me. So I think that this is a clear indication, to me anyways, that Vance Joseph is like I'm tired. I'm done. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna pull out all the stops. We gotta do something because this is we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And this is a Chad Kelly who earned the backup quarterback position in preseason, dueling it out with Paxton Lynch because Paxton Lynch was so bad.
Yeah.
So
We hated, I feel like preseason Broncos was just watching practice and TJ literally shitting on Paxton Lynch every day, multiple times a day. It was
He deserved it, man.
It was awful.
He deserved it.
It was awful. Just watching Paxton Lynch practice and watching just TJ hate on him. It was so bad.
All right, so Ryan saying, so on Twitter here, people are saying Keenum will likely start the second half. He was being evaluated for a concussion but passed the protocol. Case coming back in. Talk about a cock tease. It's
a
yeah.
weird thing. It's a weird situation.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
We don't want Keenum. We want Kelly.
Everybody wants Kelly. Everybody.
We want Kelly. We want Kelly.
Man, I kind of don't. I don't think a dude who threatens to shoot up a club with an AK-47 is going to play in the NFL.
Yeah. Chad Kelly? Yeah.
Oh, I know a bunch of those type of people in Major League Sports.
I mean, I'm not like a fan of Chad Kelly the person.
Yeah, as a human, not a fan.
As
look, an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. People say stupid stuff when they're young. So, that's not like a deal breaker. If he'd actually, done something violent. Well, I mean, he did get into a brawl at a high school football game for no reason.
Right. This is why my mom said that I lost all my innocence going to college, because prior to college, I just wanted to go to third world countries and basically give them food, and I just wanted to be a mom. That's what I told her leaving high school. And then she forced me to go to college, which I didn't want to do. I just wanted to travel. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Don't say things when you're 18 years old.
Dave
Josh
says
Hader learned that.
3 Sunday games shown on one of our channels, all playoff games. So they get 3 Sunday games, then all playoff games. Grizz also says he needs to put Chad Kelly in. Vance Joseph needs to get fired already.
Tough crowd. Go down and fire him at halftime.
Well, we've talked about this before, that if Pat Bowlen were capable of doing so, I think Vance Joseph would have been fired. I don't think that John Elway would be the GM.
Yeah.
If and they would have put him in some other role. They would have made it a nice seamless transition for him, like they typically do with Hall of Famers. But I think that, if you wanted to make John Elway the freaking front office mascot and just let him be that, then that's fine. Him making decisions, though, and being the responsible party for everything that they do in the organization is not working. It's not working because I feel like a lot of times it's just a lot of, I think, otherwise capable people sitting around waiting for him to make a decision because they know they can't.
Yeah.
And so, that's a terrible place to be in.
It's a limbo.
All right. Boy, Dick Stockton's looking old, man. Oh, that's just the light. There's light shining down on his head. I thought that was just his hair was super white. I mean, Dick Stockton is 150, but I think Dick Stockton's been calling games longer than I've been alive. All right. So second half here underway. 13-3 is the score. Let's go ahead and update what quarter it is.
The reason you saw Chad Kelly in for the Broncos at the end of that first half is because Case Keenum was being evaluated for a concussion.
Okay, so they're going to bring him back out. They're going to bring Case Keenum back out.
Oh, we gave you that information faster. What's up? But we still want to see Kelly over.
All right,
So he was being evaluated.
Keenum's back
for
in.
concussion. That's what it was. I was
Keenum,
right again.
Keenum will be back in, it looks like.
We need to acknowledge that.
Need to acknowledge what?
That they weren't putting
Right,
John Kelly
no.
out there for no reason.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was right.
Did you see what Sean Drotar said?
What did he say?
Said, if Kelly's really coming in for the second half, why on earth would you show the Rams that on a kneel down?
Yeah, that's what I
If
said.
he's not, why put him in at all? Shockingly poor decision making by Vance Joseph and his staff.
It's just due to getting Keenum checked out. I like the Jags uniforms though today. Black with the teal pants.
It's still pretty impressive. Look at how full the stadium is. This team is trash, and they're still selling the stadium out.
No, and I know these people. Like, on a personal level, I have talked with people about the Broncos, and, like, you can't talk to them. They are irrational.
Yeah.
They're like your Chiefs haters on Twitter. They're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what the statistics say. I don't care. They're my team.
Right.
I don't care. And I'm like, I like sports. I don't like shitty sports. I like sports. So, and like I oftentimes get criticized as being like a flip-flopper or a bandwagoner just because I'm like, oh, I'm really interested in this game. And I'm like, I'm not being a fan of that team for forever. I'm just interested in that game because I like good sports.
All right. Goff complete there to, Robert Woods. Looks like he was kind of like taking a swing at Chris Harris there. That is a first down, though, and Harris is very frustrated. Looked over to the sideline immediately and started just very, very frustrated. It looked like he was displaying. It looked like he was displaying like space. It looked like he was doing this. Like there's too much space.
Yeah.
So I posted our video on several different pages.
Goff, bounced that one off the turf. Incomplete to Woods.
With the tagline, will Vance Joseph lose his job today? And I had multiple people say, not today, tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I hope so.
Jeez.
And he's pretty damn close.
Wicked Royalty says Broncos forever through thick and thin, always.
Right. I know people like that.
Right. Well,
And
I
they
just
don't want to hear any sort of criticism about the Broncos.
I
They
think-
only want to hear positive.
I think people who say that don't really understand how thin can get.
Yeah, that's true.
Goff steps back, 3-step drop, goes down the middle.
Third and real long. I think the Broncos can get off the field here, though. They need to apply some pressure to Goff. He's only 10 of 18 for 150 yards. They need to bring the heat a little bit. Chubb, Miller, somebody needs to get there, get home.
But who will it be? Here's the snap.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
wow.
They held.
Incompletion.
They held.
The Broncos are so proud of that incompletion. Like, they did something to cause it. But really,
Well, looks like Goff got a little short-armed during halftime. That is not stepping your game up, Schlereth. That is not stepping your game up. That is an inaccurate pass from
that
Jared
was
Goff.
just bad pass.
Yeah.
Which, as good as Jared Goff has been in the system, it's like we talked about, he's not consistently accurate.
Right.
McVay can do better.
All right, that ball. Oh, wow. Great punt coverage there. And they get it
Packers,
down at the
so
2.
good. 24-0 Cowboys over the Jags at the half. Whew. Bill Belichick called Johnny Hecker the best punter in football last year.
Wow.
And you love everything Belichick says.
When it comes to football, he's usually accurate.
He is usually correct.
He's usually right.
When it comes to football, I will not question Bill Belichick.
has
Brady
forgotten
questions him.
more. I don't think he questions him football-wise. I think he questions his personality.
I think once you're with somebody for 20 years, working with somebody for 20 years, their personality take a toll on you, especially if they're a jerk.
Yeah.
And Belichick is that way. Belichick is one of the most disagreeable people on the planet.
That's why you pride yourself on being disagreeable.
Well, I don't know if I pride myself on it. I think there's a lot of stuff that it helps you with, but there's also a lot of stuff where it hurts you. If Belichick weren't any good at coaching, it would be a big problem.
Yeah.
But he's amazing. So
if he was bad at his job, he'd have to change the way he does things.
Right. That's why Vance Joseph can't be a jerk. Vance Joseph's not good enough to be a jerk.
True.
Okay, so let's see here. I haven't heard Miller's name at all. What do you guys think about Von Miller's play? Last couple of weeks, he's been criticized.
He had a sack earlier in the first half.
He did have a sack. Bradley Chubb has a sack. Von Miller has a sack. I think the gang tackle, I don't know who that was accredited to, the gang sack, but
I think the problem with Von Miller right now is everything is going wrong, and Broncos fans are moving from one scapegoat to the next.
Yeah,
and
I think
everybody is an open target.
Right.
Right. I think that there's something deeper going on, just like Wolf said. There's something deeper happening in.
Nope.
And the truth of it is, nobody on the team is playing as well as they could be. Von Miller's not playing at the Hall of Fame level that he's played at before. So I think.
But you have to have good coaching to get you to play as incredible as you need to play.
Right. I think everybody's fair game right now, and nobody's playing well. Except today, the defense is playing pretty well today. See if they can keep it up.
You're talking about the.
Everyone's fair game to under attack of criticism.
Yeah, nobody's played so well on this team that they're above reproach.
No,
Lindsey has.
Well, no. Well, he got ejected from a game for punching somebody in the face. So, and I don't, like I said, I don't think that the punching was necessarily bad. I'm just saying above reproach is a high bar. Like, you can criticize anybody. Even on good teams, you can criticize anybody. But on this team, that was that was low.
Why aren't they running the
almost
ball?
interrupted.
This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to start the second half with a clean slate and run the ball.
You are somehow only down 10 in this game.
My question is, when would Keenum have gotten a concussion? He was being evaluated for a concussion.
He got destroyed a couple times.
Yeah, but his head was fine.
I mean, it looks like it. Concussions are tricky.
I've had 7 concussions. I know they're tricky.
Yeah, so they
but
sometimes.
He hasn't had a concussion today.
I don't know how you can say that. Sometimes they happen.
You just know.
This is not good.
Injury.
Ron Leary limping off. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Let's check out the injury set up on Aaron Donald right there. Just put his foot in the ground.
That's weird.
What
That's a weird injury.
That was so weird.
What's that there?
Roll his ankle?
Ron Leary is going off injured.
Well, that's exactly what you need.
It's not an obvious injury there about what went wrong.
So we'll have.
It looked like he put his foot in the ground.
All right, 13-3, 2nd and 10.
Now they'll try to run the ball and they'll get 2 yards.
Nope, play action.
More play action.
Keenum going up top. He's got an open man.
Wow.
Caught by Demaryius Thomas.
They did it.
And that is, what, a 33-yard gain?
DT is making Keenum look
45. 45-yard gain. Demaryius Thomas. Everybody acts like Demaryius Thomas is in decline, but I feel like when he has been given opportunities to catch in this season, he has been very good. All right, on their own 46-yard line, 47. Sanders gets about 2.
It's a good ball. It's a good ball.
John Millsack says, or Misak says, can I please strangle Joseph Musgrave and Woods? He wants to strangle them.
Probably not advised.
Bobby says, why are more people not watching your channel, guys? Great channel, bro. Thank you very much, Bobby.
You gotta share it, Bobby.
Yeah, just
We're
tell your
new.
friends. All right, here we go. Keenum hands the ball off. They're going to get about a yard here.
This is where Aaron
3rd and
Donald
7.
gets the most dangerous.
Yeah, and look, I think that there's two things working against the Broncos at this point. That defensive interior is going to get better and better as the game goes on because your offensive line is going to get worn out by those guys who have proven that they can go and play at a high level for an entire game. And then also just your own inconsistency in terms of execution on offense. Not to mention your lack of committing to the run. Third and 7 here. Keenum's got a empty backfield.
Oh, middle of the field's open. If you had a pass catching tight end.
And he took way too long. He had a couple of open guys there, and now he's going to get sacked. He's going to get taken down. And Ndamukong Suh. No, I'm sorry, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald takes him down.
Well, that's not helping the Swag Kelly fans.
Well, people are going to boo. People are going to keep booing. They're going to continue to boo and boo and boo. And, with good reason. See, Dave says, earlier you said you wished you could have mailed me some shit out of interest. What would have been sent? I don't know. I give you a free appetizer. I don't think that would keep in the mail. Big return there for the Rams. And he's saying, I'm down. And the official is agreeing. Official is agreeing that it will stay with the Rams. Nat's in there on the return. I think we would have tried to get you a shirt. I mean, we've got a couple of nice partnerships with people here in town. Axel's T-shirt company. Probably seen a nice Denver Broncos or Broncos themed T-shirt. Got several of those. Let's see. Chad says, I agree. Pretty cool. I'm here only for fantasy reasons. Go Gurley. Well, Gurley's having a day.
Yeah.
Gurley's having a good day.
Probably going to find the end zone here in the next couple drives, too.
Where's he at in terms of yardage production? He's close to 100. He's got to be close to 100. He's got a touchdown on the day. Only touchdown scored in this game was a Todd Gurley 10-yard touchdown run on 4th and inches. The Broncos got quick snapped and couldn't get it, couldn't stop it. Quick snapped out of a timeout.
Todd Gurley has 97 yards on the ground and 17 through the air and 1 touchdown.
Let's see. Wicked says, it ain't about being a Kelly fan. It's about being a Bronco fan. See, he wants Chad Kelly in the game because he thinks it's going to be better for the Broncos.
Right.
Which I don't think
a lot of people think that.
I don't think that's an uncommon theory. Let's see here.
Where did TJ go? Oh, he's getting a chair, huh?
Wow.
Cheers.
Look at this.
Hey. Oh.
Oh, now that's something. Whew. That's a game changer. That there's a game changer.
It feels a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I had the Jags minus 3.5.
I had Jags minus 3.5. They're down 24-0.
Which need 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, just that's what happens, I think, when Blake Bortles is your quarterback.
24 points, though, to the Cowboys' offense, who's been struggling.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe the Jags aren't going to the AFC Championship again. Maybe last year was just a fluke.
I wouldn't say it was a fluke, but I definitely don't think that they are as good as people thought they would be at the beginning of the season.
I think it's absolutely a fluke because of the offense. I think it was a total one-time thing since the offense was so bad.
Well, they're definitely not beating the Patriots like a lot of people thought they would.
And they got bad Bortles more often than they've gotten good Bortles this year. But this is where the Broncos defense, they need to step up. They need to get the ball back for their offense. Or else, if it becomes 23, I think the game's over.
First down, picks up about 6 yards. That's exactly what you want to get back to. Slow it down a little bit. Take this Broncos defense that's been great in coverage here the last 3 downs and wear them out. Make them come up.
I don't think those margaritas helped my illness.
Helped your what?
Illness.
No, well, alcohol usually makes it worse.
I feel a little stuffed up, more stuffed up than I was before.
Should have had some tea.
All right, well, the Rams have the ball right
Flag on
now,
the
and
play.
Gurley just went over 100 yards. There's a flag on the play, however.
Illegal formation. Sean McVay thinks it's against the Broncos. Offside, maybe.
I'm sure he would think it was on him.
He was very animated. Told you. I was right. Sean McVay was wrong.
Let's go and move some of the stuff out of the way here. Scoot that over there.
Coach surprised everybody, including his head coach Sean McVay at halftime. McVay told me go ahead, he did not expect Cook to play again. But all the tests and scans checked out, so Cook said, I am going back in. I am going to finish this game.
Let's see, what is Misak saying here? Guys, look up my page, and I have draft posts, and I have more than half of the draft picks they picked better. Trisha Bordelin says, I hope so. Vance needs to go. A lot of Vance needs to go.
Rams offense can't move the ball against the Broncos defense right now, keeping them in the game. I think this +7 is going to hit if Case Keenum can do anything. And if you can just get this down to a one-score game, I mean, anything can happen in the fourth quarter.
Oral Ball says, as a Broncos fan, I was hoping for a blowout, which I think is the only way that we'll see what Kelly's potential is. I think a lot of people were thinking the same thing. They wanted to see Kelly in the game. They were really excited to see Kelly in the game, and it's disappointing that it was really more injury-related than it was frustration-related from the head coach. That is a complete to Robert Woods.
They brought the blitz, and it didn't get home.
You were mentioning the blitz there. Gurley picked up the block there. Oh, does a chip there on, or chop on Darian Stewart. Goff going to the outside, dumps it off there.
Flood plays are so pretty.
Yeah.
There's so many options. Somebody's going to be open. Everybody's moving in one direction.
Could the Broncos just learn to tackle, please?
Well, as long as you have a quarterback who's good at throwing against the grain, throwing against their body.
Yeah.
How has Denver's secondary been playing? Poorly, I would say.
Yeah, they're not going to grade out well tomorrow.
No. Especially not Bradley Roby. No. Bradley Roby, in particular, has been bad. Chris Harris, we saw, had a good defense earlier in the game, but that's pretty much all.
Yeah, that was a key one too. It was on third down. It's on 3rd and 2.
And here we go. Number 96 is down. Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris is getting up very slowly, but it's good that he got up. May just be he got the wind knocked out of him or something. I did not know Todd Gurley was a team captain.
I mean, they kind of throw those out.
I know, it's right, but, you know. All right, Jared Goff here. 2nd and 5 is the play.
I'm so excited for them to change their jerseys and get rid of the gold.
I know the gold is not. Doesn't look good. Are they changing that next season?
I don't know. There's a time on when they can change it.
Goff hands off to Gurley, who just barrels forward. Good Lord. Gets almost 5 yards. It's going to be third and inches here.
So they don't ever give him a breather. They don't ever sub him out. He plays
Right.
every play,
Pretty
every
much.
snap, every snap.
Pretty
And
much.
So does Cooks. So does Woods. Cooper Kupp, when he's not hurt, they keep the same personnel on the field every snap. I don't know how they're going to last into January. I don't know how. There's no rotation. I mean, it works for them, obviously. They put up points, but
My goodness. They have 127 yards on 16 rushes. Not as bad as it was last week against Isaiah Crowell, but still pretty bad. Gurley gets that to the outside, and he's going to pick up a big chunk of yards.
he almost scored.
Gets run out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 4.
Who's 22 there who just decided he didn't want to seal the edge? Just decided against it.
Look at this. Oh, just terrible angle. That is a terrible angle.
God.
Such a terrible angle. He had no chance. No chance at all.
Bad angles by the defensive backs. Tremaine Brock taking an inside angle. You got to stay from the outside.
Tremaine Brock. Tremaine Brock forgot how geometry works.
Don't need to see any more from him. I've seen enough.
Rissa, what's up, Rissa? I'll definitely shout you out, especially given your last name's Kelly. We want to see a Kelly in this game. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag on Tremaine Brock again. That's going to be pass interference on Tremaine Brock.
This is not a series of plays for the highlight reel.
This is one team knowing that they've got your number and just doing whatever they want. We just started the second half, and the Broncos look gassed. Look at that, Tremaine Brock. Oh, come on, Schlereth. No, that's a touchdown. Todd Gurley with his second touchdown of the day.
That's probably a game.
And the Rams pull ahead now 19-3. And Vance Joseph is starting to fill out his resume.
So did they just have a 9-minute drive to open the second half?
They did. They did.
That's how you just kill
No, I
them.
take that back. They did not have a 9-minute drive. They started they punted,
they
and then
they got the ball back.
this is their second series.
Yeah. Wow.
Todd Gurley has been unstoppable today. That was not necessarily something that we didn't foresee, but nevertheless, he has been unstoppable.
Todd Gurley cost $10,000 in DraftKings today. He's
And
the
it
most
is.
expensive player I've ever seen.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara has been at 9,800. Le'Veon Bell's been at 9,800 before.
Yeah.
I've never seen 10 grand.
Well, there's a reason. There is a reason for that.
Wow.
Is he going to score again?
Well, he'll get all the carries in garbage time, too. So
Yeah.
they'll just keep running the ball and running the clock. Really disappointed in the Denver Broncos. Not even going to come close to covering the spread here. Questionable.
All right, Jena, how you doing over there? Doing all right, Jena?
You guys survived?
I'm sick.
You're sick.
Can you hear how stuffed up I got after a couple of drinks? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Some
well,
humidity.
see
What's happening?
the germs are they just hitched a ride on the alcohol to your bloodstream. So
It's
now,
not delightful. Not
Yeah.
delightful.
Yeah.
I had emergency and water mixed into my hydro flask,
yeah.
so I just chugged that. Hopefully that helps.
Well, we need you on camera, so
Well, you guys put your little chairs there, and there's no space for me.
There's plenty of
Our
space.
viewers have gone up
Oh,
in the past
well,
few minutes.
They have.
then you don't need me on camera.
Oral says it's
Oral?
Oral Ball says it's so hard being a Broncos fan. This team has so much talent to suck so much. Yeah, I agree. That we've seen this with a number of teams where just a coaching change can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah. You let Gary Kubiak come in and be the head coach for the final 10 games, 9 games.
I would prefer that. I don't think that's what they'll do. I think that would be admitting that they were. It would be admitting too much. It would be admitting too much. I don't think John Elway's going to do that. Of course, I would actually give bench Joseph till the end of the season if John Elway said, I'm stepping away from the GM role and Kubiak is going to do it now. If you made Kubiak the GM, I'd give Vance Joseph another shot. I mean, it's not much of one, but I would be like, okay, well, I want to see now. I want to see what.
I think you just set yourself up for firing somebody after 4 weeks next year. Is what you'd be doing.
Yeah, that's possible.
And then next year could very well be a wasted year.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
It'd just be better to start clean.
Well, he's going to set a new career high today.
Yep.
26 yards away for Todd Gurley. He's going to set a career high.
What happens when you can't run the ball and everyone knows you can't run the ball?
All right, they kick the ball away, and the Mile High Stadium is starting to look a little empty. People are not going to stay and watch this. If you could ever see the Broncos logo up in the upper deck,
yeah,
that means the game is not going well for Denver. I think that was kind of the indication for Pat Bowlen. I think, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe there was a story that the game before Josh McDaniels got fired, Pat Bowlen looked up and he said, I could see that logo. And the second he saw that there were empty seats, he's like, no more Josh McDaniels. He's gone. And then he fired him the next day.
That might be true. I don't know.
Cortland Sutton with his first reception of the day.
They're still just like, they look at all their run plays and they're like, fuck it. We'll throw.
Bobby says, be like me and be a Rams fan. I won't tell you're a wagon jumper. Oral says, laugh my ass off. I can't. I got to take the bad years like I take the good years. Right. I'm not telling you not to be a Broncos fan. I'm just saying, like, people have got to at some point.
What's up?
DT with the drop. It's a good ball. Hits him in the hands. Terrible
good pass.
Spot. Oh, it's a little bit. It's a little bit out.
A little ahead of him.
It's a little bit out wide.
He was a little faster.
This could get away from the Broncos if they don't score on this drive. You got to answer.
Bobby says, if you ever change your mind, he'll be here for you through the transition. If you're a Broncos fan and wants to change. Keenum drops back to pass. Holds onto the ball once again. He's going to run the ball. And he's going to get the first down.
He got it.
It was a slow run, but he got it.
It took a while.
Yep.
It's kind of like watching a buffalo get up to speed, but.
I don't know what's a small, slow animal.
Armadillo.
Yeah, it's like an armadillo. He runs like an armadillo. Yeah, Case Keenum runs like an armadillo.
There's a reason why so many die on the road in Texas.
Yeah. You got to be careful because if you hit one with your car, a lot of times they'll jump up out of fear and then ruin your engine.
I mean, who among us, if a car was coming at us, wouldn't jump out of fear?
Yeah, right. Not blaming the armadillo. I'm just saying not all of us have, like, shells. Let's see. Grizz says, Bobby, you just became a Rams fan this year. # Bronco game. Chad, are you guys Broncos fans? Why the Patriots t-shirt? Well, this is
good question.
This is Connor Cape, and Mr. Cape is the play-by-play voice for the Colorado Rapids here in Denver. Originally from Kansas City, his family is from the New England area, so he grew up a Patriots fan. Good for him because the Patriots have been good literally his entire life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the quarterback that I liked before Tom Brady was Drew Bledsoe, who's still pretty good.
He was pretty good. That's right. He wasn't. It wasn't the transition that Niners fans got between Joe Montana and Steve Young.
No.
Oh, great completion there.
There you go.
Emmanuel Sanders.
They finally are using the middle of the field. It's been open all day. They're finally going there. They've been throwing everything out wide all day long. In the middle of the field, look, it's open. It's there.
That single high safety, they've got their
yeah, you run a
backers
post.
and
Run a post on their side, run somebody right underneath it. There you go.
Yeah, they had that shallow zone, and yeah, they exploited that there. If they did that more often, they wouldn't be as bad of a football team. All right, Keenum with the handoff. Freeman gets about 3 yards. Let's see, Wicked says, snowball's chance in hell that I drop the Broncos. Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't think anyone would look at what they're going through right now and say that you should give up your fanhood of the Broncos.
Wait, that's the Ravens. Fuck.
Yeah,
I thought that was the Titans.
Alex Collins with his second touchdown of the day. Did you just confuse the Titans and the Ravens?
They look the same from this far away.
I think that's the first time in history anyone's ever said that.
They both have dark blue and dark purple.
Oh, and it's
He dropped it.
Oh, he dropped the interception. No, he's saying he caught it.
I think it hit the ground. I think it hit the dirt.
Let's
Either way,
look.
he threw into double coverage, and that's
He
just
threw
stupid.
into double coverage. He got tipped and then intercepted, possibly by Johnson. Let's take a look at this. They are going to call it an interception. 8th of the season there for Case Keenum.
Tip drill.
Tipped and then intercepted. Yep, very much.
Yep, that's a pick.
That's a pick. They're playing free falling on Fox.
That's just rude. That's just fucking rude.
They're playing free falling on Fox.
That's just rude.
Well, I don't think you should give up your fanhood if you're a Broncos fan, but
No, the lean years make the good years better.
the good years were 2015. I mean, 2012 to 2015 were all really good years.
Yeah. At least you know what it's like to win.
Right.
There are fans out there, Chiefs fans, Chargers fans, Raiders fans, Bengals fans, Browns fans, Cowboys fans, who a whole generation have never experienced victory.
Okay, so we were asked to pull up the bass on our microphones because somebody's ears hurt. Sorry about that, Jeremy. Let's see. Dino says Chad. Kelly.
That's some nice interplay there.
Dino says Jets. Chad, Lions fan there. Yeah.
Jets.
Jets. Well, hey, the Jets didn't suck last week because they played the Broncos.
Hey. They're still bad. They have a 2-game winning streak now, though. Leave it to the Broncos and the Colts to turn Sam Darnold into a star.
Dave says number 12 for life. So, Tom Brady?
Or Seahawks.
Oh,
or
12th man.
A&M.
You doing all right there, Jena?
You gonna make it?
Are you alive? You have been very quiet on the broadcast the last hour or so.
Need some gin.
I think I have an ear infection. My ear on the right side is pretty much, I'm not hearing out of it.
Let's see, Wicked says this ain't shit. We always bounce back. The Broncos usually do. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to think that that's true the last 40 years, but I don't know. This seems different. Doesn't it seem different?
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's 3 years of not bouncing back.
Right.
This is year 3.
It's
2016, no playoffs. 2017, no playoffs. 2018, no playoffs.
It's also 3 years of Pat Bowlen not being the owner.
Yeah, not being able to do anything. At
Right.
some point, the bounce has to happen, and it's been 3 years without that bounce. Oral says, do you think the Chiefs are the scariest team right now? Define scariest.
No. I guess the unknown of the Chiefs is pretty daunting.
I think the Chiefs' offensive potential is scary, but as a team, top to bottom, they're not complete. That could have been a pick.
Could have.
So if you guys scoot over a little bit, I could join this.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd love to.
Would you? TJ's new on this bandwagon of loving to do things, like make space for people. It's new.
I'm doing what I can.
New deal. How about now? Am I still in it or not?
Let's see. JJ says, I believe in my team, but the Broncos, but we need a new O-line. We need more than that.
A couple things.
How about now? My chair is not the securest.
All right, so there you go. They've got a different running back in there, Brown.
Oh, a breather.
A breather for Todd Gurley. Does Todd Gurley eclipse 200 yards today?
No.
No.
I think the fact that they've already brought Brown in.
Well, he got a carry earlier in the game as well. I think that's his second carry of the game. So without being biased, who would you say is the best? I would say the Patriots.
Patriots or the Rams. I think they're the two most complete teams.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think I need to explain the Patriots. The Rams definitely have the best roster in the league. And it's intercepted.
That's how you do it.
Darian Stewart with the interception.
In the red zone. Got to find the end zone here.
That is a huge turnover.
You got to find the end zone.
I don't think it's going to change anything in terms of the outcome of this game.
That's not important anymore.
Oh, look, there are still Broncos fans there to jump up and down for that.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
There's one
Lower
thing that
level.
matters right now. Oh, just off his face.
Oh. Nice tip there by Tremaine Brock
That's
as well.
unfortunate.
Good tip by Tremaine Brock. And then Darian Stewart with a heads-up play on the tip drill.
Got that pick, and he knew nothing about it. Though also, I will say, I think the Chiefs have the best offense. I think their quarterback, I think he's better than Jared Goff. But top to bottom, the Patriots and Rams are just more complete teams.
Oh, floated the screen,
That's a
and
touchdown.
Lindsey into the end zone. Touchdown.
Nope.
They're going to call a flag. They're going to wave it off.
They're going to say he was short, too. He didn't make it. How do you get in the red zone, you get the turnover finally, and you shoot yourself in the dick?
What are they going to say? Pass interference? Offense. 14, offensive pass
Sutton.
interference on Cortland Sutton, and that's going to push them back 15 yards.
Vance Joseph is upset about the call, but I mean, that's some disciplines that you just have to be better at.
Yeah, you can't start,
yeah.
blocking that early.
Yeah. They didn't call that earlier in the Steelers game. So that's going to take a touchdown off the board. Vance Joseph is just shaking his head.
You got to run a real route, man. These are the little things the Broncos don't do well, and it costs them 15 yards.
Yep.
And it's such a little thing.
1st and 20.
There you go.
And
though.
right down the middle of the field. And touchdown. He got it across the line.
He got it across. There you go.
Emmanuel Sanders with the score, and that's going to make it a 10-point game pending the extra point.
Sanders is having a day. That puts him over 100 yards. He's got double-digit catches. Now he's got a touchdown.
And he was wide open.
Oh, they thought they didn't hand him off right.
Yep. They in the zone, they didn't switch the assignments correctly. Got it over the line, though. And Emmanuel Sanders with the score. I still think Sanders is one of the better possession receivers in the league.
Yeah.
Extra point is up and in.
Did he? Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, it kind of looked iffy there for a sec.
Thought he might doink it. So now he's got to get a 3 and out, get another touchdown.
He might doink it.
Yeah, that's what it's called when it goes off the upright. Doink.
Doink.
That's the sound
That
it
is
makes.
the actual professional
that's the
term.
official term.
The official term.
Oro says, hasn't the Patriots been up and down this year?
They were down for the first few weeks, but they also did the same thing last year. They started 2-2, and then they ended up not losing again, except Monday Night Football against the Dolphins, and then going all the way to the Super Bowl and losing in a shootout. So they had one loss after they started 2-2 until the Super Bowl. And this year, kind of a similar thing, where the first couple games a little rough, but they've figured it out in the past couple weeks. The Jets, who won today against the Colts, they played really well against Andrew Luck. They held Andrew Luck to 10 points pre-garbage time. They held the Dolphins to about 140 yards before garbage time.
Yeah.
And the Colts put up 30-some points against the Jets today, and the Dolphins beat the Bears today. So I think the defense is coming around. Now Julian Edelman is back. Josh Gordon looks like he might be a real piece in the offense. Sometimes it just takes them a little while to figure things out. But since they still have Tom Brady and they still have Bill Belichick, why would you bet against them? I think they're the best until they're not.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see that tonight, and we'll see that in the next couple weeks.
I learned that when I was betting against LeBron. Why would you bet against him until he proves to you that he's not the best?
Because the Warriors are better.
Well, did you bet for? Yeah,
I bet that LeBron wouldn't even make. I bet that he couldn't carry his team to the playoffs. I bet against LeBron in many ways.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to do that this year, especially in Denver, because they think that the Nuggets are better than the Lakers. And I'm telling you right now, they're not.
No.
And it doesn't matter how much better your bench is than the Lakers' bench. It doesn't matter.
You still
It doesn't
have
matter
LeBron.
that Will Barton is better than,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Michael Beasley. It doesn't matter.
It's got LeBron.
He's got LeBron James. You can't do anything with him. You cannot. You have no one who can guard him. You have no one.
Yeah.
You think Paul Millsap is going to be able to handle LeBron James? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, I think that's a good lesson to
Millsap's
learn.
better than someone saying Plumlee could handle him, or that would be worse.
Yeah, I mean they don't have anybody though. Like that's the thing with the NBA is that there's like 5 or 6 teams, not even 5 or 6, 3 or 4 in the East or in the West, where they've got a legitimate chance. The Lakers are one of those teams, and it doesn't matter that the rest of the team isn't that good. They've got LeBron James.
Yeah, we
That's
saw
all
it.
they need.
I think people
We saw him go
expect
to
that
the
LeBron
finals.
will get old eventually, and he's like just
Yeah,
not
but he hasn't
gotten
showed it.
old yet.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers has gotten old.
Yeah, right. I think you've seen some guys get old, but the better and better that technology gets, Goff going deep downfield overshoots Brandon Cooks.
Son of a bitch. The Bortles throw a pick.
Bortles did throw a pick. And Bortles also can't tackle.
They extended him, didn't they?
I think they did, yeah. 2 years.
I'm so glad I'm not a Jaguars fan. You spend decades in the desert, and when you finally have a defense and a real coach,
Yeah.
you still have Blake Bortles.
All right, 2nd and 10 here. Jared Goff hands the ball off to Todd Gurley, and Gurley is going to get 9 yards.
Gurley's so quick.
No, that was Brown.
He was so quick through that hole.
Brown got 10 yards.
What happened to Gurley?
Gurley's not in the game right now. He's taking a breather.
Well, he's been running too much.
they run the ball too much with Todd Gurley. Oral says, the thing is, I have both Cooks and Cup on my fantasy team. LOL. Oral also asks, can we have Brady when he turns 45? I mean, if he's still good, no. He's going to be a Patriot until he's not any good anymore.
This is actually under your budget.
And then he's either going to have to choose to retire or go to another team. And, you know, I think he could be one of those guys who spends a season with another team like Joe Montana did with the Chiefs. At the very end of his career, he's got 1 year left where he goes, I don't know, they're like the Lions or somebody, some team that is just really desperate for anything.
It'd have to be a team like the Jaguars, though. Somebody that has all the pieces except quarterback. Like
Yeah.
you would go there.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, we're talking at 45. We're talking,
we don't know who the team is going to be. But
how old's Brady, 42?
41.
41? So we're talking 4 seasons from now?
Yeah. And who knows what's going to change in those 4
Sure.
seasons between now.
I mean, you may be talking about the Broncos being a team that's a quarterback away in 4 years. Right now, they're like a lot of things away.
Yeah.
They used to be just a quarterback away 2 seasons ago, a season ago. Last year, they were a quarterback away. This year, they've been exposed in way too many areas. Their secondary is not any good. Their defensive interior is not any good. Their linebackers are old. Their inside linebackers are old. Their pass rush is really good, but the problem is that you can't. Their pass rush is basically nullified if you don't have the lead.
Right, and it's nullified by teams who can run the ball as well.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have to throw, your pass rush, you've neutralized the pass rush if you don't have to throw.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
Jena, are you all right there?
I'm trying not to talk because I sound weird.
Talk.
I sound weird.
You don't sound that weird.
You don't
I
sound
do. I sound all stuffed up.
sound like Jenna.
Eh, not really.
I don't sound like that all the time.
I'm not noticing the difference.
I do, because my entire left nostril, I can't breathe through it. It's difficult. 27-7. Oh, 37. Dallas over the Jags. So are you going to lose some money today?
I already lost some money today when the over-under in the Redskins-Panthers game didn't cash.
Don't you think that's a bad omen for your Patriots?
No, because I miss on games every week. If I was going 100% in my bets, I wouldn't be in Denver.
Where would you be?
I'd be in Vegas.
Everybody on Twitter is upset that Chad Kelly has not made an appearance in the second half. Todd Gurley picking up Todd Gurley.
He's still
They still
going.
didn't get him down. They still could not get him down.
I think it's frustrating to fans. Like it's not like they're going to win this game. Why not put Chad Kelly in?
Well, because
Why? Because you could lose worse?
No, you can't go back if you do.
Right.
Why?
Once you make that change, because
there's politics involved.
If he does something amazing, then yeah, you can't go back. But if he doesn't,
no,
then you just prove to the fans, like, shut up, he's not good enough to be in the game.
It's just not how it works.
All right, Rams get a penalty here. What's the penalty?
False start.
False start. Was that on the run?
I just don't think that
No, it was after
politics need to be involved.
Bradley Roby has been getting torched since he was the third corner.
Yeah, that's true. He got torched in 2016. The Chiefs were the best team actually at exposing him. Travis Kelce abused him a couple times on Christmas Day in 2016. And then now the rest of the league has caught up as well now that he's actually one of the two starting corners.
All right, Gurley again. This time he only gets a yard. Brandon Marshall back on the field. He was a little dinged up in the first half.
Gotta get that ball back. Gotta score another touchdown.
Dave says you sound fine, John.
Thanks, Dave. I think I sound in my ears, and it might be because my ears are stuffed up too, but my ears sound, to myself, I sound all...
That's what it is.
Ugh, phlegmy.
2nd and 14 now.
I'd be wary of the screen here.
Well, they've got a tight formation here. They're trying to draw that defense to the inside. Going downfield, complete to Woods for about a 4-yard, 5-yard gain there.
It's third manageable.
You calling a run or a pass here? Because I think they're pretty close to field goal range.
I say a run.
You think a run? 3rd and 6?
They're going to throw it here. 3rd and 6, just a bit too much.
Yeah. Shotgun formation here.
If you got Gurley.
The middle of the field, the whole field side here is open.
Cover 2.
Or the boundary side is open.
And Goff's going to run for it, and he's going to get it. He's going to get it and a lot more.
Boy, bounds, dude.
He didn't even come close. He went out of bounds 5 yards away from the nearest defender.
Right. What if we tilted this camera up a little bit and we showed the TV behind us?
Well, we could do that.
I mean, we're still the center of attention.
Right. Right.
We have given away our strategy, though.
I love the Fox injury music.
Audibly.
All right, let's see here.
Look at this troubleshooting happening right now.
What's that?
Look at this troubleshooting happening right now.
Yep, just troubleshooting just to make sure we've got a good...
It's going to be in Spanish, so... You guys look funny.
Do we?
Because you're both like...
Hunched down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to make sure our connection is good. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a burp. We're back, though. Wicked Royalty says, do it. Do it.
My live video in Spanish.
No answer for running quarterbacks. You think that's right? John Misek says, no answer for running quarterbacks. He also says, I have zero faith that Denver can have their season, can save their season unless things get fixed early.
There's no saving this season. It's over. They need to hold them to 3 here, though, and go down and score a touchdown, and that'll be the final scoring of the whole game. No more after that.
1st and 10, ace formation. Interesting little block. Look at this. Oh, he's showing the 3rd down scramble. Goff very, very aware. I think that's one of the things about Goff that if you're looking for a criticism, I think that he does not handle contact well. Like if he gets popped, it impacts him mentally. He does not like getting hit. Some guys, it doesn't bother him that much.
This is going to be a huge 3rd down for the Broncos.
To be honest with you, I always thought that was one of the weaknesses of Tom Brady was that he never really handled getting popped in the mouth that well. He just like he rarely ever gets hit. But when he does get hit, he just doesn't seem to really deal with it that well.
I think what it does, especially for statues like Tom Brady, is it fucks up your mental clock.
Yeah.
You go from, all right, I got 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, whatever it is in your head, and you're like, I got 1. Oh, there might be someone there. And then you hear footsteps, and then your footwork's gone, and you make a bad decision. Got to get there. Got to get there. Got to get to him.
Goff is going down.
Yes.
And that's Bradley Chubb. 2nd sack of the day. He's got 3.5 sacks now on the year. And Jared Goff walks back to the sideline. Oh, they're going to say 3rd. 3rd sack of the game for Chubb.
Wow, that's a coming out party.
3 sacks on the day for Bradley Chubb.
That is a great move.
Very good. And just the speed. Once he gets around you, it's over.
Go ahead and block this kick. We don't need more points. We need the under to cash.
Cairo Santos.
Pushed it.
Missed it.
Pushed it.
Santos misses it. There's 10 minutes left here to give the Broncos life.
This will test my momentum theory. People that believe in momentum will say, oh, the Broncos have it all now.
Yeah. Cairo Santos misses.
What?
The Broncos got momentum, huh?
They don't.
The Mo.
They don't. I'm saying momentum is not real.
Wicked says, I'm happy for the defense, but damn, the offense got me nervous.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes watching this offense.
Nope, they're putrid. Yeah. They're just awful. They
should put in Chad Kelly for this last.
They should absolutely not. No.
Yes, they should put in Chad Kelly.
That would disrupt everything.
They need to get this +7.
It's not going to be better than what they do.
He's wanting them to get a field goal.
Yeah, no, that's because you don't want to lose money.
1 touchdown.
He doesn't want to lose money.
I need this game to end 20-17. I'll be totally fine.
One of my friends on Instagram said, I hope you feel better than the Broncos are playing. I don't.
No,
I don't. I feel exactly the same. The Broncos actually are a perfect metaphor.
But see, I think you feel really shitty, and yet still might feel better than the Broncos are playing.
Might feel better than the Broncos are playing still. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Domingo, saludos. I need my phone charger soon. What are we doing here? What are you doing?
Oh, no, I was just checking Facebook. Our Facebook feed went down, so I apologize for that. But you can still check us out on YouTube. We're still live here on YouTube, so.
Hey.
What's that say?
Connor, wait. Request to dual stream,
you guys are literally sitting
Connor.
next to each other.
Yeah, but we can dual stream, and then we can have double the views. Hello. I think you have to request.
Oh, I've moved on to other things now.
Oh, jeez, Connor. You gotta not supposed to.
He
be
doesn't
on.
need to be on your feed. He's sitting
He
next to
does.
you.
I'm just going to send my feed to a few people who are recent in my inbox. TJ, do you want to see? I'm just going to send my feed to recent in my inbox peoples. You know, we'll just send it out. Anybody out there who wants to
Last
see.
time I mentioned who that was, you got mad at me. So I'm not going to mention who's in your DMs.
Yeah, I did get mad at you because that wasn't everyone's business. You just sent it out to everyone's business.
Well, I still think it's. I feel like if it's somebody who is that famous.
Yesterday, in the game, I got a text from someone who was watching our last
Keenum going up
broadcast.
top.
Cortland Sutton with the catch.
And a flag. They're going to call offensive pass interference on Cortland Sutton.
Oh, God.
That's what they're going to do.
Jerks.
What is it here? OPI. I'm guessing.
He's upset. Cortland Sutton is upset. Katie, Enrique, Grizzly.
Here we go. Here's the call.
Christian. Thank you for watching, you guys. I appreciate it.
Ooh, personal foul.
Cortland Sutton just made an incredible catch for the Broncos.
Personal foul on the Rams. Tack on 15 more yards. That's a monster gain now.
What happened? What did he do?
Caught it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the personal foul is. Well, that was definitely some. I'm glad that they didn't call. I didn't see that. Did you see a? Oh, did you see a personal foul there?
That was about.
I don't know what it was either, but
Hitting somebody in the head. I don't know.
blessing for the Broncos. They get 15 more yards. They're down to the 11. That was like a 60-yard play, 50-yard play.
Oh, geez.
Keenum
What was that?
gets it out, and about a 4-yard gain there to Jeff Hireman.
Good job by the quarterback. Snapping his head around, looking quick. Seeing the blitz by Johnson. Get the ball out of his hand. If you're leaning your head on that bait, you keep your bait snapping around there. You don't see that. And that's an incomplete pass. So really nice job. 2 plays in a row.
Keenum throws that ball away.
Oral's right. The Broncos always get that kind of luck. They haven't been able to capitalize the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They do always get that luck.
3rd and 5 now.
I think if the game actually finishes with the Broncos losing by 7, it's just going to be a push. I don't need that. I need a touchdown here. This is a big 3rd down for a lot of
There's still
people.
9 minutes to go, so even if they do score a touchdown, that doesn't mean that the Rams won't.
We also need the under to cash, though. It's a parlay. We got 2 bets. We got both. Oh, don't run. Don't throw it out to that guy.
And
sweet. Awesome.
fade
Stupid fucking
on 3rd and
play.
5.
Jeez.
Keenum.
Why?
Keenum is terrible at that throw, too. He is not very good at the fade in the corner of the end zone.
I tried to explain this on my radio show last week. Tom Brady has Rob Gronkowski. They rarely throw a fade.
Rarely,
inside the
if
10
ever. In fact.
You know what they run? They throw slants.
Yes.
Not fades.
Because slants are high percentage plays.
Yes.
The fade is one of the lowest percentage throws in the league, and that's why Andy Reid. Go look at Andy Reid's offenses. They never throw fades.
Yeah.
Ever. Never.
I don't know why every team doesn't just throw it out unless you're in your own half of the field.
You know who throws a fade? Bill Musgrave, because Bill Musgrave's stuck in the 90s. That's when they threw a lot of fades. I don't even think Bill Walsh threw fades, and that he's the guy who invented the fade. At the end of Bill Walsh's career, he's like, nope, not doing this anymore.
No, this was a bad idea.
George Seifert was like, all right, we're not throwing fades. He won 2 Super Bowls. Everybody forgets George Seifert won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He never gets any credit for that.
Some people want to know our
I give
opinion
you credit,
on the
Seifert.
Dolphins game.
What?
Opinion on the Dolphins game.
Shows you how far the Bears actually have to go.
Kudos to Brock Lobster. That's my opinion. On the
Brock Lobster.
Brock Lobster coming back strong.
Nothing? Only opinions on the Patriots?
I said it shows that the Bears have a long way to go.
Wicked said you
Great
should have drank a
defense,
beer, not wine.
Who drank
Oral,
wine?
you, I guess.
I didn't drink wine.
Broncos
get-
always get that kind of luck. They haven't been
Need a
able to
lot more
capitalize. You read that earlier. Swag Kelly for the comeback.
Hey, some people actually like your Patriots shirt on the Instagram feed. Surprise?
On the Instas?
On the Instas, there's actual people who like the Patriots
There's a lot of people who like the Patriots.
in the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell us who's your team, guys. You're watching this broadcast. Tell us who your team is.
My team? I don't have a team.
You're just staring like.
I was looking at the screen. They kick a field goal there.
They did.
20-13. Tell us who your team is, guys. Broncos.
I don't have a team, Oral. Nope, no team. I am a sports nihilist, as Andy Caius likes to say. Big fan of
Basically
us,
means
ours, and
that
Phantom.
he's negative about every team.
How negative have I been about the Patriots?
He's very positive about two of the teams that I root for.
I think that's just because you're sitting next to him
No,
and you're
No.
bigger than him in size.
no, that's not it either. It's just there are some organizations out there that comport themselves the right way.
I think the teams he's talking about are the
Comport
Patriots and
themselves?
Sporting Kansas City.
I've never heard that used in English. In Spanish, it was comportan, and that makes sense to me, but I've never heard that word in English. Comport themselves.
It's a nice verb.
So it's a Latin word.
Latin roots.
Chris doesn't have an NFL team either. See?
Some people just like football.
Yeah. I just like football. I will watch football like yesterday. I'm guessing you were kind of like this too, Connor. Yesterday, I just watched football all day. Didn't matter who's playing.
Oh, I did that with baseball. I literally watched like 6 hours of baseball. More
Bradley
than that, 12
Chubb,
hours.
Jared Goff tosses this out to Todd Gurley. They're getting back to their bread and butter. And he picks up 9 yards.
This is where I'm going to get boned by that field goal. Because the Rams are going to go down and score and cover. Because they're dicks.
Because you bet against the Rams.
Boy, the Jags are butt lately.
Well, if the Rams score a touchdown, you're screwed.
Yeah, if the Rams score a touchdown, I'm hosed. I need a 3 and out.
Oral is saying, I'm actually surprised how close this game is. I am too.
I mean, the spread was what it was for a reason.
Yeah, but I mean, the Broncos have been, particularly bad. I'm surprised that the Rams have not been better offensively, but maybe the weather has had something to do with
I
that.
think what I'm surprised about with the Rams the most is they haven't hit the big plays like they usually do.
Yeah.
Like Todd Gurley hasn't had a 75-yard run. They haven't hit Brandon Cooks over the top. Robert Woods hasn't done anything over the top. Here we go, though. There's his 3rd and 1. Doma Top Echo's ready for it.
Dave says he's a Seahawks fan. Chris says Jags are garbage.
Jags might be garbage. When Bortles is bad and the defense isn't on, they have nothing.
Yeah.
Toss it left. Toss it right.
Nope, just a straight run, and he's going to get the first down.
Wow. You got to stop him.
He is going to get the first down.
That's just bad. Although Todd Gurley leads the NFL in yards after contact.
You can tell based off of today. You can tell. And they're all, see, that's the thing I like about Gurley. You were talking about how Gurley's not one of the top 3 backs in the league, but he just is always gaining yards. Even when you tackle him, there's like 3 guys. He still got the first down.
Yep.
He's being tackled by a guy who's twice his size, and he still gets 2 yards. All right, there's their jet sweep there, and Woods gets the first down.
So they go to the flashy play after they've been pounding the middle in a 12-yard gain by Woods. And what did I say earlier? Von Miller crashing down off the edge, watching crash down off the edge, not playing outside responsibility.
See Miller got. Now I don't necessarily blame Von Miller on the over pursuit there, because that play happened so quickly. He couldn't see because there was literally a person in front of him.
Right.
Danny says, I want Chad Kelly.
I think a lot of people want Chad
The
Kelly.
problem is there's no reason to go to Chad Kelly right now in case Keenum's moving the ball.
I would assume that Chad Kelly doesn't know the offense and that the coaches know that. He's very limited in the number of plays he could actually run and execute.
I would say so is Keenum.
Keenum knows the
Is
playbook.
very limited in the number of plays he could actually execute.
Well, but see, it's a gamble though. It's a percentage thing. He knows what he's supposed to do. Just the likelihood of him doing it is
Low?
not high. Right.
I don't know. That doesn't sound better than.
Chris says Mia Khalifa wants swag Kelly.
I thought she.
Oh, there it is. There's the big play you're talking about.
There's that big play.
A little bit. It's not quite as big as I thought it was going to be, but
Almost.
still about a 25, 30-yard gain there.
Didn't Mia Khalifa reject Chad Kelly?
Yeah, Chad Kelly slid into Mia Khalifa's DMs, and she called him out on Twitter, and it was embarrassing. For
What does
Chad
your
Kelly.
wife do when dudes slide into her DMs?
What
Is it just
what?
like ignore them, or is it?
What is what?
What does your wife do when dudes slide into her DMs?
Your
My wife?
Yeah,
I don't think
he's the only one with a wife.
Yeah, I don't think that happens. I don't. My wife doesn't. She's not on Twitter. Instagram's a different place, and she's pretty private. I think she's pretty private with her Instagram. So she also doesn't post thirst traps. So
Thirst traps.
yeah, my wife's very classy.
Despite the marriage to you.
Yes. Let's see here. Well, see, they're just draining the clock here. So
They're going to score. There's not going to be enough time for the Broncos to go down and score.
right.
They're going to cover.
Connor's gonna be upset.
This has
Are you
not
gonna
been a good.
drink
This has
yet?
not been a
Can we-
good sports
can we drink
weekend.
alcohol yet?
Other than the game he actually called.
Yeah, they actually-
he's saying
The
that-
one team that actually writes my checks.
Goff. Oh, goes down. Von Miller
Those are my favorite sacks.
going to get at
When-
least a half a sack.
When a quarterback is corralled by one guy and just gets lit up by another.
Dave says, I honestly agree with Jena and prefer baseball.
Keeping
Oh, the game is close. Too close to put in Kelly. That's right.
Yeah.
Too close to put in Kelly.
It's not so close the Broncos have a chance to win.
They're only down a
They
touchdown.
get a pick six here. It's a tie game.
Yeah.
They're not going to get a pick six.
Oh, how do you know?
I mean,
It's
they
the
might get a
NFL.
fumble.
Everyone knows
The thing is, though,
the Broncos are not going to get a
what
pick
you have
six
to
right
what you
now.
have to remember about what makes the NFL so great is the parity. Those guys wearing orange are professionals too.
Right.
Like they look like scrubs because they lose a lot, but
Right.
they are professionals too.
At any point, Von Miller could put some pressure on. Von Miller could put some pressure on the quarterback. Von Miller could put pressure on the quarterback, and he could throw a bad pass. Chris Harris could pick it off and take it for 6. It's very plausible at any given time that it could happen.
So each team has 2 left with 4:13 on the clock.
All right, 3rd and 13 here. Rams take a timeout.
I'd
4
run a
minutes
draw
on the
play.
clock.
Draw play or a screen. I want to get the ball into Gurley's hands, and I want a high percentage play that's going to move clock. You got to force the Broncos to use their timeouts
TJ, you know.
Fight Watcher says, hi, Jenna.
in
Hi,
all
Fight
caps.
Watcher. TJ, you know you were the only person who was able to identify what the problem was at my house. I literally have been asking for 5 days. This has been going on. Everyone was like, I think it's bed bugs. I think it's
WebMD
I
said it
think,
was
oh,
cancer.
you just have mosquitoes. You know, it's just mosquitoes trying to get away from the cold. And TJ, like, within, like, 3 questions was like, it's fleas. Your
Yeah.
dog has fleas. And
Yeah.
I was like, and I literally, like, had just put the dog in the tub and, like, poured
Droplet.
water on her.
Droplet.
Fleas.
Going draw? No.
Nope.
Is
Quick
that like
pass
a
to the
southern
outside,
thing?
and that's a first down.
Oh,
Robert
that's
Woods
just back
all the
run.
way down to inside
Just
the
a great
10.
run.
That is just backbreaking.
First and goal from the 7.
Is that because you're from the South, TJ? Like, and you just like, because I've never known a dog in Colorado to get fleas.
Well, yeah, you described
They have
some
fleas in Michigan too.
Yeah, you described some very
But
specific
it's
things.
much more humid in Michigan, and there's more like bodies of water.
Okay, so the
I'm not
reason I
following.
knew that you had fleas is because
My dog has
Your
fleas.
dog has fleas.
Okay, calm down.
my,
I don't have fleas.
You have fleas?
Yes, here.
you described the symptoms to me, and I incomplete
D.
pass
Good
there
D.
to Todd Gurley. You said there were 3 bites in a row.
Yeah,
And
you see
so yeah, and I asked you, are they hard or are they soft? And that's you see either you had chiggers or you had fleas, because what happens is they will bite and then they will move a little bit further and they'll bite again and they'll move a little bit further and they'll bite again, and so that's what creates the line. Usually it's under your clothes or something like that. But I used to be a land surveyor when I was in Arkansas, and so I would be out in the middle of a field,
What the heck?
and I'd get bites all the way up and down my legs
George
of
fucking Washington.
all kinds of bugs.
By
Well,
you, you're the
everywhere has
answer.
bugs.
Everywhere has bugs.
Everywhere has bugs.
Colorado has less bugs.
Fewer.
If I was a land surveyor in Colorado, I would have had the
Fewer
same problem.
bugs.
That's funny. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln were both land surveyors.
Yep. Thomas Jefferson was the inventor of modern-day land surveying.
Part of it's because
I
America
saw your
had to be
tweet the other
surveyed.
day.
But yeah, it's kind of amazing how.
Okay, but look, I have those ones, and then I had a couple more like up my arm that were in a row. You see those 3 right there?
Yeah.
But then I have this one, and this one is hard.
It
Look,
kind of looks like you are like cursed.
look.
Like, do you
TJ,
believe in ghosts?
This one is hard. I thought it was a spider at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spiders
Because
leave
I had
just
3 right here, and then I had just this finger, and it was swollen, really,
Danny
really
says,
swollen.
when this game is so interesting, you start talking about fleas.
That's how
Uh,
good it is.
it's a one possession game.
It's a one-possession
late in the fourth
game.
quarter.
We're talking about fleas. 3rd and goal here.
Got to hold him to 3. Got to hold him to 3. Go down and score a touchdown. Got to hold him to 3. Go down and score a touchdown. That's what it's all about. Come on, get some pressure.
Ace
Force a bad throw.
formation. We've got 11 personnel here. And Gurley cuts up the middle and stops him.
Timeout. Timeout. Timeout.
Got to call that timeout.
I would really consider running a fake field goal here.
Here comes Cairo Santos to kick a 7-foot field goal.
Cairo
As the
Santos.
Rams, you're saying you would run a fake
Well, the
field.
Broncos can't. They are defending the field.
But why are you talking about what the Rams should do when we're talking about the Broncos? What the
We're
Broncos
talking
should
about
do?
the game. We're talking about
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah.
I'm saying if you're the Rams, you're up 7. You know if the Broncos do score a touchdown, they're not going to go for 2 to try and win the game because no NFL coaches are that risky. They're all risk-averse cowards. So you have a chance to, A, win the game completely. You have a chance to win this game on this play right here. You can bury the Broncos. And it's a short field. It's less than 5 yards.
Yeah. Are
Dave
they
says, I feel like
risky enough
TJ
to
and
do
Jena are the sort of people I'd be friends with if I lived in Colorado. Thank
I
you.
feel like you would be our friend.
Connor? You don't
Not
include
so
Connor?
much. Not so much.
It's because he's a Patriots fan.
It's true.
4th and goal here. If Cairo Santos misses this, he needs to be cut immediately. And I like Cairo Santos. He's a nice guy.
I like his name.
Right down the middle. Cairo Santos is Brazilian. And I believe he's the only Brazilian to play in the league at present. Because at one point there were 2, but
It's him right now.
it's
Which
just him.
All of Brazil
Loves Cairo
loves him.
Santos.
Oh,
Chris
boy.
says, will you broadcast in the snow?
Probably not.
I'd have a lot of layers on.
Yeah.
It is like cold out there.
I don't do well with cold. I'm from the South. I I can't do it.
He does well with bugs.
It's all about layering.
I know what the bug bites
It was
are.
seriously insane. Like, I have been you wouldn't believe how many people I asked you guys about these bug bites. And I was like, on Wednesday, I was like cleaning my house top to bottom because like people keep telling me that it was bed bugs potentially. And I was like, yeah, but I haven't gotten any more bites, just those 3, and that's weird.
Yeah.
And then literally, TJ, in 3 questions, boom, this is what you have. Like, all right.
Well, I knew it wasn't bed bugs because you would have known. You would have known for sure it was bed bugs. Because if the way to know if you have bed bugs is just to look at the bottom of your mattress where your feet are.
Right, I have a foam mattress, and they don't really
burrow in there.
burrow is the same way.
Yeah. Oh, Philip Lindsay on the kickoff return. He gets out to about the 24.
The Canadian women's team, soccer, qualified for the World Cup next summer in France.
Chris says, when I lived in Germany, we used to barbecue in the snow. Good for you. I would not do that.
People ride their bikes in the snow out
Yeah,
here.
in Germany they do everything in the snow because it's constantly cold.
You know, the roads, the way they take care of the roads out here, the snow's not really the problem. It's the temperature. That's the thing that really bothers me. It's the temperature. But the roads, other than the ones, we had a snowstorm last year here in Colorado that was pretty bad where the ice on the roads was really bad. But other than that one time, it's never been a problem.
Well, they don't really utilize snow plows out here because the snow melts so quickly.
Right? It's going to melt. It's going to be 50 degrees on Tuesday.
60
It was like 60-something yesterday.
Yeah.
And then it snowed. It was very strange.
Chris says all this bed bug talk is making me itch.
Sorry, Chris.
Run it up the middle.
It wasn't bed bugs, though. It was fleas.
Keenum tosses it to Cortland Sutton. Picks up about 8 yards there on the play.
See, now, if the Broncos are smart, what they're going to do is the moment they get in field goal range, they'll kick the field goal. You need 2 scores. Get the quickest one you can. As soon as you get in field goal range, you got to put McManus out there. You got to kick the field goal, and then you got to go for the onside kick. Don't burn all of your time trying to score the touchdown first. And I don't say that as somebody who has the Broncos +7 because the Broncos losing by 7 doesn't help.
Right.
They need them to lose by fewer than 7. But football strategy says that's the best.
Need a score. They need a score. Any score will do. Touchdown is preferred.
Such a weak arm.
Pass interference. Clearly pass interference.
It's such a weak arm. Floating that out there.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't think that he's a better quarterback than Trevor Siemian. Everybody acts like he's a better quarterback. I don't think he is.
A smarter quarterback, typically. Not this year. The last couple of years, he's
But
a smarter
it's crazy that that defenders feel the need to commit pass interference. Like when the ball is floated out there so soft, like you could seriously just pick it off. There's no need for you to interfere with the pass. Just get in front of him.
Yeah, I think that's easier said than done.
It's yours.
Yeah. He's not setting his feet. That's why that pass doesn't have any juice on it, is because he's not setting his feet. You got to lean into that. He's like back here.
Hey, he's got a weak arm.
Right. I don't think he's got a strong arm for sure, but it gets even worse when he's throwing off his back foot. He's not putting any momentum into his throws. Lindsay with the first down at the 30. The Rams are just letting them walk down the field. Milk the clock.
Yeah, they'll let them score once. I think once you get to you need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning, and then at the 2-minute warning, kick the field goal.
Oh, did he bobble it?
Just a waste.
Who did he knock over on the sideline?
Incomplete. The bobble will result in an incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 here. Clock stops at 2:11. See, I don't think they'll think like that, though, Connor. I think that they will.
I don't think they will either because they're idiots.
What team does that, though? I mean, not even
see it happen.
Where they'll on like first down they'll kick a field goal.
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
All right, Keenum in the shotgun, draw play to Royce Freeman, and Freeman gets taken down. I'm sorry, Devontae Booker.
It's not a bad play because they're going to be expecting pass, and you get the clock stopped with a 2-minute warning. But you got to score. Now I'd kick the field goal here.
Let's see here. Dave says, I don't know why I reckon that, but you just seem to be cool, chill people and the sort of people I'd hang with. That's great. That's what we're going for. Yeah, and if you're ever in Denver, by the way, guys, if you're watching someplace else, we do all these games from Henry's Tavern. We're going to do 3 games this year from Oscar Blues Brewery, which is where we did a lot of the NLDS this year. But we did it from their Colorado Springs location.
They're
We're going to be
baseball
doing it.
people.
We're going to be doing it from their Market Street location, which is just right around the corner from here. So, and
Great
it
brews.
is awesome. It is an awesome venue. Really looking forward to those games later on in the year. And then of course, we're going to be doing a lot of NBA Nuggets stuff as well. So if you're a Nuggets fan, NBA fan, we're going to be having a lot of watch parties surrounding those games as well. Really looking forward to that. Danny says Keenum was supposed to be the savior for Denver. What happened? He's not that good. That's what happened.
John Elway can't pick quarterbacks.
John Elway spent $32 million on Trevor Siemian 2.0. That's the thing. Would you rather have Trevor Siemian for less than $1 million or Case Keenum for 18?
It's obvious. You'd rather have Trevor Siemian.
You would obviously rather have Trevor Siemian. But instead of just conceding, hey, I didn't get Kirk Cousins, we're going to go forward with Siemian, Elway's like, I have to have a quarterback.
Well, and I think, he doesn't take pride in the fact that you're a great quarterback. You were a great quarterback. Train Siemian to be a great quarterback. Make him learn to be a great quarterback. Instead, he's like, oh, you're not what I thought you were. Out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Well, I mean, he does understand that certain quarterbacks have limitations, and Siemian clearly had some limitations last year. But Osweiler was one of those projects that he just gave up on because Osweiler turned him down for a big contract. So they brought him back as a third-string quarterback for a minute, but obviously Lynch was a disaster. Osweiler wasn't going to stay because the organization had lost all faith in him. So, and by organization, I mean John Elway.
Right.
But, yeah, I agree. Somebody said Osweiler's better than Keenum. Carlos Miranda saying Osweiler's better than Keenum.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, physically, sure. I don't know upstairs if he is or not, but I would say Osweiler's got better skills. He's got a stronger arm.
Case Keenum is a poor man's Drew Brees. He doesn't have the same footwork. He doesn't have the same brain. He doesn't have a strong arm, but they're pretty similar otherwise.
Drew Brees is the most accurate passer, I think, in league history.
Case Keenum's a very cerebral quarterback, and last year, he was very accurate. And this year, he's not so accurate. But last year, he was very accurate, and he's very cerebral. And before this year, he didn't turn the ball over very much. Drew Brees doesn't turn the ball over very much. I don't think this offense is necessarily suited to Case Keenum either.
Let's see. Garrett says, Danny said the reason is that the Broncos suck. I would rather have the punter. Okay. Yeah. Neutral zone infraction on the Rams.
Right. I think Dick Stockton's falling asleep.
Dominican Sue there called for the neutral zone infraction.
Kick, a field goal.
Somebody asked us, do you think Vance Joseph should be axed?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Next question. Let's see. No, Aaron Rodgers is the most accurate.
I disagree.
Aaron Rodgers he is the most talented quarterback in the league. I don't know if he's the best. I know that's kind of an arbitrary distinction, but I'd say Tom Brady is the best.
Aaron Rodgers for the past couple years has not been Aaron Rodgers, what he was before that.
All right, but a lot of that's limitations of the pieces around him. I think that he would be better if he had a better offensive line and a better coach.
I think even when he was, when he won the Super Bowl in 2009, he was prolific.
Yes.
And since then, it's just kind of been.
So who's the best quarterback despite what they have around them? Despite the system they have around them? Who's the best quarterback?
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Cam Newton?
Cam Newton's an interesting one to me because Cam Newton is one of those guys who I think he's the inverse of Drew Brees. He is the opposite of Drew Brees in every way.
Cam Newton's numbers this year, though, are better than his numbers in his MVP season.
Right. But once again, the problem is, as you mentioned, that some of the players around him, around him.
Another fade.
It's a shitty fade. And they're going to call a flag. They give him a DPI. So it'll be first and goal from the 1.
Where was Sam Shields before he was with the Rams?
Sam Shields?
He was a nomad for a little while, wasn't he?
Yep.
Packers. That's what he was. He was part of the problem for Aaron Rodgers. That's what he was.
Well, if you remember, there for, I would say, 4 or 5 seasons after Bountygate, Drew Brees and the Saints were bad. I mean, they were a sub-500 team, and Drew Brees couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, even though the ebbs and flows of Aaron Rodgers' career have resulted in some losses, I think that people don't really want to associate with Aaron Rodgers. It's not like he's the only elite quarterback who's ever gone through this.
Well, I mean, it's not even the talent around him, because there are quarterbacks out there with bad talent that still keep their yards per attempt, their net yards per attempt high. Like, they still put the ball in good spaces.
Yeah.
Read these. Rodgers is garbage. First of all, no. Grizz, Vance, Case, Roby, got to be axed. All of them?
Yeah.
All right, first
I
of all,
agree.
empty backfield here.
Axe them up.
Quarterback draw. Here it comes. Minute 27 left. With
They've
two
got
linebackers.
Five receivers, and the
Nope.
the
His foot was out.
touchdown. They're going to call it a touchdown.
I think his left toe is on the white.
Let's see. they just put up the safety for the Rams. The graphics
Boy,
on Fox.
That graphics guy is getting an earful right now.
I pressed the wrong button. Demaryius Thomas with the touchdown. Let's look at on review. Instant replay here. And, nice move. Nice. Nope, that's a touchdown.
His left foot's in.
That's a touchdown.
So there's 1:24 left. The Broncos are scoring a touchdown here.
Doink.
That's incredible footwork.
Yeah, great footwork there all around from the get-go. I mean, literally every step there mattered for Demaryius Thomas. Great play there, and you're getting what you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just need them to hold Todd Gurley here when they don't get the ball back.
So you don't lose money.
I don't lose money.
You are getting the cover here.
It's the cover and the under. Very important.
All right. Let's see. Oh, here's a nice question. Chris is asking how much time left. Seems like they're taking an eternity on this drive. There's about a minute 22 left.
They ran off an extra 40 seconds when they should have kicked the field goal.
Yeah, there was there have been some issues there. There's no question. So, 23-20 Rams lead. There's the Broncos have no timeouts left, so they're going to attempt the onside kick here.
It's
which
the game.
Is what's the percentage on onside kicks? It's like 8%.
7, 8, 9.
It's not very high.
Sub
so,
10.
And I'm guessing it's not going to be it's going to be particularly low for the Broncos. Let's see what else here. Chris, is TJ ready for Mahomes in prime time tonight or next Sunday? Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm excited about it. I love watching him play. I'm gonna love watching him play against the New England Patriots tonight. Take that L, says Bobby Beasley. What L?
What are your thoughts on the NFL doing games in London? Should they do more international games?
It's terrific. I think 4 or 5 games there a year is great. Play a game in Tokyo again. Play the games in Mexico. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, wow. That's trickeration.
Almost. Ball goes out of bounds. Did not go 10 yards.
They'll take a knee. Broncos cover. The under cashes.
Yep.
Connor makes money.
So Connor makes some money, yeah.
Puts me ahead on the day, too, no matter what happens in the Chiefs-Patriots game.
Let's see. Bobby says, that's football, bro. Take that.
Take that L.
Oh, is that an L?
No.
Take that L.
I don't know what the L is.
Okay.
An L like a loss.
I know, but who's taking the L?
The Broncos.
Imagine if the touchdown in the beginning wasn't taken away by that dumbass penalty. Imagine.
John Lennon, imagine if that touchdown in the beginning wasn't taken away by
By
that
the way,
dumbass penalty.
if so you mentioned John Lennon. I know this is going to be a really roundabout way of bringing this up, but did you see Scott Kelly just get accosted by the PC police when he quoted Winston Churchill?
I did see
Yes.
that. And he apologized.
And I couldn't believe it.
You've been to space, man. You don't know anybody's shit.
Right. Winston Churchill fought the Nazis.
Like, tell him to go fuck themselves.
Right.
He fought the Nazis and communism.
People were like, "Yeah, did you know that Winston Churchill was
Did you know he was racist
against
in
the-
1905?
against- Right.
Jesus.
It's like, yeah, did you know John Lennon beat his wife?
Yeah.
So,
You know
like,
John Lennon ruined the hearing of his first son. Didn't talk to him at all. Just an absentee father.
yeah.
The world, man.
Martin Luther King was a philandering hypocrite. Did you know that?
Huge hypocrite. The FBI has tapes of him.
You want us to bring that up every time Martin Luther King is quoted? No, because it's like stupid. It's stupid to do that.
It's not black and white. People are shades of gray. Dorks. This dude in this Domino's commercial runs with scissors, though, and it's not safe.
He's not even running the appropriate way.
Well, everybody can go. As Brandon Perna has been saying, he's been trying to beat Goff. He's beating Goff, like beating off.
I heard it.
Okay.
I didn't need you to clarify it.
All right.
Thank
She's
you.
sicker now than she was 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
They could not beat Goff, so here we are. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us. Hope you enjoyed that little, I don't know what you would call it, PC tirade there at the end.
Wading into the waters.
We talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. They
Wade
lost.
in the
Broncos
water.
lost. So the Broncos lost, but they didn't lose by that much. So are people going to feel good about this game
Moral
afterwards?
victories. It depends what happens when they
Yeah,
go to Kansas City.
I guarantee you a bunch of Broncos fans are going to be happy.
Depends what
We didn't
happens
lose
when they
by
go to
that
Kansas
bad.
City. I think people recognize that the Rams are a great team with a great offense, and I think they'll be like, well, we played better than we have. The defense finally looked like it should. Yada yada yada. Case Keenum didn't lose us the game, even though he didn't win us the game. Baby steps. But if they go to Arrowhead and they get thumped there in a couple weeks, I think that's when people will revolt.
Chris Fioretti says, "Congrats, Connor. Thanks you three for streaming. Enjoyed your commentary. Thank you very much, Chris."
Thanks, Chris.
Garrett says, "Who thinks PewDiePie is better than
It's a YouTuber.
T-Series? Is that a thing?
It's a YouTuber.
That's okay. All right. I don't know anything about that. I wish I did.
No, you don't.
I don't wish I knew that.
Just Google the PewDiePie controversy and you'll see.
All right. Okay.
It involves Nazis.
Grizz says Jena is so sexy. Kate
Thanks,
says
Grizz.
snow, no school. No, there will definitely be school.
There's no snow on the ground at all.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Wisconsin. Kate's in
Oh.
Wisconsin,
Maybe
so maybe
different
there's
over there.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully there's no snow. There's no school.
And
wish.
Dave says he wants an NFL game in Australia. Would
That'd
they
be
go
great.
all the way to Australia?
They should.
College football does. Why not?
That is a 15-hour flight.
Just make it one of the preseason games. Make it like the first preseason game, like they do with the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right. I think
don't see why not.
they couldn't do the Hall of Fame game. But
No, don't do it. But do one like the same week of the Hall of Fame game, and then give those two teams, instead of having them play 5 preseason games, just
Sure.
have them take the first official week off.
have the Niners and the Seahawks play a preseason game.
Yeah, send the
in Australia.
Chargers and Seahawks out there.
Yeah,
something like that.
Chargers. Yeah, it's a good call.
They
Chargers.
need the publicity. So
They don't have any fans in LA. Might have more fans in
They don't
Australia.
have any fans
they need some in Sydney.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Thank you very much for watching. We've really enjoyed this. We'll have more broadcasts all throughout the season on YouTube and on Facebook. Make sure to follow us on all the internet places, all the social media websites, social media platforms, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that shit. Watch Phantom, Instagram, Watch Phantom. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy Sunday Night Football. We'll be back next week right here on Phantom.
Tom Brady is better. Go Pats.